Welcome. We're gonna put the backpack and we're gonna rock and roll overtime every time. It is about 3:16 p.m. in the afternoon, and I'm grateful, thankful my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee. And this fourth day in a row for this February 15th. We're gonna put this backpack on. And we're gonna go rock and roll workout all the way in the sun in my neighborhood. Now we're not gonna go to the mountain. Decided to switch it up a little bit of that change because I went to the mountain, my second home yesterday, the day before, and Monday. So went 3 times this week. So now we're gonna go just about around about my neighborhood. Watch before you cross the street. Overtime every time. Look at this. This is a nice place here where they put a little bit of vegetables. And we're gonna go all the way into the sun. Push-ups, hawk squats are in order for the dock workers today. The dock workers, those working on the docks. I see those helicopters chop, chop, chop overtime every time. Independent Aspie, artist, athlete, philosopher. And turn your heads left and right before you cross the street. In order to traverse from my neighborhood, we're gonna go rock and roll. We're gonna drill it, and we're going towards my Pope, the King, the Sun. We're going towards my Pope, the King, the Sun. We're going towards my Pope, the King, the Sun. Got plenty of food at home. Fridge is full, so I'm grateful, thankful. Thank you, farmers. Food security starts with the farmers. I decided, of course, not to retire these steel toe boots, so I'm going again in these steel toes. For today. Was a bit moody before I left. Checked my emails, no response, business, as I'm open for business 24/7, but said I'm gonna go salute my King the Sun because it's shining, although it started getting gray, and I already feel much better. Medicine and therapy is for me, working out, training and exercising, and regular physical activity, and having them and will call for the mass financing across the collective North American civilization across North America. Let's go NFL, National Football League, NHL, NBA, MLB, support financing, citizens too, workout, train, exercise. And before you cross the street, turn your heads left and right, as here they got no stop, so always when I'm in the public, added dimension, added prudence, there they gotta stop north and south, and that's going to the mountain east, 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 and that the sun is setting west. So I'm gonna go west, west, east, north. I'm going north now, and that's of course north, north, north. So grateful, thankful, my rent's paid, electricity bills paid this 15th of February. Got food and coffee, YouTuber. For the youth, for the empire, for the dock workers today, for the dock workers. For the dock workers across North America in those docks loading up. How many loading up have been doing now, east, west, the Atlantic, the Pacific, and always mention to note. Again, I hear that there's another big storm in the Atlantic, Nova Scotia. Of course, the Atlantic and the maritime provinces, Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island have been hit, so always meditating how they're doing now. Snow removal operations go as I'm on the drill, and a philosopher on the march, independent Aspie with amnesia, that retrograde amnesia. Remember in past years, but remember now the past years, all the work today, and of course going now. Staying in the sun as I go parallel. I always feel much better when I work out, train, exercise, when I'm fitness, and meditating, of course, 24/7. Got to get back by 7, so got a few hours to march. It is 3:16, and of course got a ticket to go see a show at 8 o'clock, so that's gonna be fun with the greatest woman I know, my anonymous sister friend. If I make a million, gonna give her half. A billion, gonna give her half. A trillion, gonna give her half. Deserves to be 7 times the number after 6. The number after 6. The number after 6 is 7. Deserves to be 7 times richer than Oprah. And Wall Street, you got 44 more minutes. Wall Street got 44 more minutes until 4 o'clock. You got 44 more minutes. Buy, sell, future options, split stocks. Please, if you do make a million, that's 10%, 100,000. 10% of a million is 100,000 divided by 4. You can give 25,000 for food security, 25,000 for LGBTQ causes, women's sports leagues, and environmental causes. 4 different causes. 10% of a million is 100,000, eh? 1 million has 6 zeros. 10%, you slash a 0, right? So 10 times 10 is 100. Please give to charity, and I'm laying the foundations of the first kingdom with trillions of kisses. First and foremost, trillions of kisses and push-ups and marching steps with it, and of course rock and roll 24/7 as I go, of course, towards the sun, and always grateful 24/7. You know, civilization is a privilege, and I wish I could get a little bit of house. That one's being sold here. This name I see very popular. See it at a lot of places. The most name I've been seeing this one. Most name got a good market coverage. Market coverage. So give him a call. Buy 7 houses for my anonymous sister here. Would have been great. Anywhere on this island of Montreal, second home. The mountain. And we're not gonna go to the mountain today. Decided to do a little bit of change because we went to the mountain yesterday. Wednesday we went to the mountain. Tuesday we went to the mountain. Monday we went, so Tuesday we went, and Wednesday yesterday, so 3 days in a row. So this today we decided to just go around the neighborhood, rock and roll for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, plumbers, those welders, imagining doing meditations, and of course, as I am a philosopher, geopolitical analyst 24/7, and rock and roll it for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, and calling all to the Global Dragon Union. You know, we get to get that DRT. I believe my only solution, the solution which I present at the table, along with the kisses of which I'm laying the foundations for the first Democratic Republic of North America, that Empire Kingdom. The Republic Democratic of North America, North Americans unite for world peace, and coast to coast, coast to coast, independent philosopher, geopolitical analyst, and theorist, and pro-labor and love, universal revolutionary centrist, who's also an artist. With gratitude, super important. I would feel much better now. So you got a little bit of nice decorations here, always nice to see. People decorating, putting decorations, and some of them have been left, some of them are still there, so it's always nice. Although there's a stop here, see here, there's a stop at all 4 corners. That car's coming from the west going east. That's east, east, east. That's north, north, north. That's west, 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 and that is south, south, south. So here at all corners, there's a stop. However, that doesn't mean the car's gonna stop necessarily, so because of the fact that the brakes can malfunction. The brakes can malfunction on the car. The citizen driver by mistake can press the accelerator, you know, so those things can occur, happen. So it's always good to double check for added prudence, because now I'm out of my lair, the dragon's lair, you know, and unplugged everything, because I unplug everything before I go. I got 3 items going to purify, clean my room, and thank you to my anonymous sister for those gadgets. We got to use that technology, you know. Spiritualities, I'm a spiritual teacher, but imagining now the dock workers. This one's specific for the dock workers now, is each and every march is dedicated to a specific sector of our North American civilizational complex, because we North American here, Quebecer, Canadian, North American, many past lives, many incarnations, born in previous incarnation lifetime right on this island. And you know, we got to get that drill, and we got to get for the X, for the Y, for the Z, and we got to always be mindful and meditate. And all this is a privilege. The public works, you know, building the sewers, the canals, the cement, and building the sewers, the canals, and the cement, and going underneath, and going XYZ, and going, of course, on the left and on the right, and be, of course, meditative on the fact, of course, that civilization is a privilege, and we need to, of course, be mindful of everything that we are, of course, concerned about, such as food security. You know, food security starts with the farmers and the butchers and the bakers who will cook thereafter, all that labor, you know. And I did scrub my toilet bowl, and I did scrub my toilet bowl, you know. I scrubbed it good, and I put it on the big drill. So you gotta get that going, and you gotta get off the X and off the Y, and you gotta be mindful of all the things, of course, that unite us. Love is also action, so we gotta get that little V sometimes, you know. Sometimes your fitness journey gotta say, I gotta start it today. That's always what I say. My fitness journey starts today, now, you know. My fitness journey starts today now, and I always say that. My fitness journey starts today now, and yours can also. And see with this march right here in my neighborhood, and being grateful and thinking about, meditating about all the dock workers, docks, on those docks in those ports of Montreal, you know, loading, unloading ships. You gotta go coast to coast, Dragon Army, public-private partnership, and you know, I'm far from being perfect, far from it, and all I got is really right here, right now. And having survived COVID, I gotta turn it to the left and to the right, and go a little bit towards the sun. And survived COVID 4 years ago. Around this time, I was very sick and disease, you know, and thought I was gonna die. So in many ways, I did die. It was like, for me, COVID-19 was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease, like death, pestilence, and disease. For me personally, COVID, you know, I got triple vaxxed, triple vaccinated, triple vax. That's it, 3 vaccines for me, but I open carry my disinfectant. We know when I touch things, gotta be sanitized. And here, hey, there's the crows. Crows gotta follow me, my allegiance. Legions pledge your allegiance to our family. Let's go, dock workers on those docks. Hey, putting up on ports, you know we got. Going out with our cargo. Out the ship, man, gotta get on those cranes and on those lanes. Hey, for the ocean, here we go. For the river, that's St. Lawrence. For the dock workers, coast to coast. Dock workers, we got a few, of course, ports here in Montreal, Quebec. And Montreal Island is surrounded by a big river. You know, I live on an island. But my island is a metropolis city of 2.5 million people, big city. Second biggest population in Canada, in the city of second, 8th biggest metropolis, and one of the most, for me the most, really best city in the world. You know, you see on Mount Royal when you go atop here at the Belvedere, Conjurenog, my favorite place to work out, train, meditate, dance, and rock and roll. When I go I go a lot every week. You know, every time it's a fresh new, and I see all those buildings, the skyscrapers, Montreal downtown, and then how they imagine how they were built in the 50s and 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the latest ones being built. Let's build some more, build, and you know, be grateful. And construction workers also rock and roll for them. And now the construction workers on those cranes, you know, we gotta thank the firefighters as well. Let's organize washing of the feet of the firefighters, you know. some good for the bodies, a temple for pleasure and purpose. And you know, we gotta heal by some action, some love. Hugs I can always use a good hug, a good neck rub, foot massage, wind massage, kisses and tickles and all that good cleaning. I get dirty, but I get back clean, rock and roll. Not perfect, far from it. All I know is the coast here. All I know is the coast. And we're gonna turn by there. And I mean, all I know basically is most of this island, but everything I read and tens of thousands of books, self-educating and writing theory and philosophy and meditations, of course, but pretty much as many incarnations as I had from past lives and incarnations. I pretty much in this life I really know Montreal, North America, Quebec, Canada, and I wish world peace. I'm a world citizen, but of course I'm a Quebecer, Canadian, North American, and I can be universal for world peace and a world citizen, but it's pretty much this island of Montreal, which I know most, and my own struggle, suffering, being depressed and suicidal. Let's go, those dock workers, I see them in the port. They need some good loving, some good encouragement. You know, it's work, and we need to get that global dragon union on the go for the 21st century, you know, as I'm a pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrist, and you know, far from being perfect, but I'm joyous when I always work out, train, exercise. And you know, I had a good bagel, thank you to my anonymous sister who provided a good bagel with some cream cheese on it. You know, got it on a special earlier. We went shopping and I only got myself 3 wafer bags, actually $1 each, $1 each wafers, but I gotta say they're 175 grams. So she pointed out, hey, there's your wafers, and I said, hey, that's that chocolate wafers, and that was $1, you know. So I said $1, wow, I'm gonna got $4. So I said I didn't gonna buy 4, but I'm gonna buy 3. It cost me exactly $3. I'm gonna show the bill. So when I come back after my workout, is gonna be my treat. After we go, of course, to see that show, and I'm happy for it. It's not gonna eat all 3, but I'm probably gonna eat 2. So it's gonna be $2 dessert. So that's a good thing. 175 grams each. So that is a very affordable. Actually, that is a very affordable wafers. I'm a fan of wafers, and let's give some dock workers some wafers. And it's gonna take a little bit of a photo here in the neighborhood. I just want to take a photo of that building right there. See, with the cedars, the big evergreens there, how big they are, how tall. It's kind of like a nice photo there in between, and kind of gets nice with it. So I wanted to take a little photo for my Facebook. And as I go, of course, I go work out, train, exercise now, and always good when I work out. I feel good, and you know, I'm an independent fitness captain, and asking Wall Street to finance people. Let's finance public-private partnership across Canada, North America, citizens to work out, train, exercise. Gotta mass finance, incentivize. Let's go, corporations, organizations, you know, all those laid off. They're going to introduce my workout, training, exercise program and finance their workout, training program, exercising, you know. Give them a little bit of incentives, you know, some dollars, and let's create that UE. UE stands for Universal Exchange Unit. You know, I firmly believe in my DRT theory. The DRT theory for the creation and the foundation of the what I call the universal exchange. And I believe there's no other way now, brothers and sisters, where we are financially. With all the imperfections that I do have, I firmly believe that the DRT theory is the only way for us to move forward in the direction that we are now, since I firmly believe in my debt fusion theory for the creation of the universal exchange unit based on the US dollar, of course, which have been and will continue to discuss. Here are, see, here's the bill. That's what I was looking for. And so you got wafers, $1 each. No tax on these, so that was a good deal. See wafers, 3 wafers, 3 for $1 each. See, it says there above my finger, 3, $1 each. That's my treat, $1 each. It's 175 grams though, so it's bigger than a chocolate bar, right? Almost twice as big as a 100-gram chocolate bar. Standard of chocolate bars is of course 100 grams. That's the standard of many chocolate bars. Most chocolate bars, some are less, some are more, but of course the standard is 100 grams. But now we got that shrinkflation, eh? So I just noticed another shrinkflation at the market today for a yogurt. The yogurt used to be 750 grams, right? Now the yogurt is no longer 750, but it is the yogurt now is 650, so they reduced it by 100 grams. Size of a chocolate bar. Here we are at the corner here, neighborhood and DG. So we're just gonna take some pictures and gonna go standard and take some pictures, the buildings and skies. I love how it goes there, and you know how we go. And there we go. We're gonna go towards the sun, do some push-ups. Do some hawks, workout, train, exercise for the dock workers, meditate, rock and roll. Got hundreds of videos. I'm a YouTuber. My work continues because this is my work independent, and financially struggling, but open for business. Financially struggling, but open for business. Financially struggling, but open for business, and grateful, thankful. My rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, got food and coffee, and sometimes we just gotta get that drill and just gotta meditate, you know, with my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, got food and coffee, and there's really no excuse for me to get fit. You can go for a jog, go for a walk. You don't need a gymnasium. We got gymnasiums that are here, you know. Some gyms are right here, so we don't really need a gymnasium. If you think about it, we got a park, and we cross to the park here, and we got plenty of spots where we can exercise. And I gotta give a shout out. Look how beautiful this evergreen is, and gotta take a picture of this beauty. It's so beautiful, so big, so like, it's just wide, eh? So wide. Super beautiful. Gotta take a picture of it like this. See, dark. I love it, I love it, I love it. Just so big. Wow. Super big. I imagine it, of course, being full of Christmas. Oh, there's 3 here. See, row 3. So that's a good thing. Wow, 1, 2, 3. Just so big. I got somebody had put something there. They put a little bit of neighborhood art, I guess you can say, and I also like this, how this is. See, it kind of looks like a little bit artistic. Kind of looks like it's this one also. Gotta take a picture of this one. Kind of looks almost unreal, but it's actually real, right? But it just looks like a almost, you know, like an upside down M. Like it's just the shape of this 3 is kind of interesting if you take a look at it closely, you know. And that one also. That one looks like an acacia tree. This one's like this one looks like an acacia tree, right? But it's not an acacia tree, but it kind of looks. So this reminds me of a past life, and I'll say acacia trees, and used to build altars and temples from the acacia tree, and you know, all these evergreens, all these trees are but the hairs on the goddess's body, as I say, all these trees are, but the hairs on the goddess's body. And gotta salute our firefighters. You know, they got that there with the drill, and saluting firefighters. Somebody big hugging, big loving to those firefighters, which I hear now going maybe saving somebody, doing some XYZ, and it's always good to be mindful and saluting our firefighters. Big hugs, big loving, and you want some feet washing, you can always come to Rainbow Dragon. You want some hugs, you can always come to Rainbow Dragon. You want some tickles, you can always come to me. If you want rock and roll, come to me. So money don't come to me, but support my financial theory called the DRT for the creation of the UE. That's pretty much how it goes, and pretty much how we do it, and of course how we like to rock and roll with it towards the sun, and this is how we go on the drill, you know. And all this, you know, imagine all this is public works right here, for the park, for the children, for the youth, for everybody, all citizens. And these benches, I need to put some paint, we need to paint them, we got a lot of work here. Public works as a citizen advocate and philosopher on the march. You know, I like to stay fit, stay on the march, and I see a lot of work need to be done in North America. Aqueducts, ports, you know, we got ports, we got benches to paint, we got Quebec, Montreal, we got a lot of work. So moving for business on the table, I put trillions of kisses, credited from the forgotten goddess dedie, says to all my allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, kisses I got by the trillions, hugs by the billions, tickles by the trillions, and rock and roll muscle brains marching steps for the dock workers. Yours truly, we are here thinking about, of course, all the dock workers and how the dock works is going, and those machines used to carry on the ports to load and unload. You know, it's a loading unloading business. You gotta load, you gotta unload, and then you gotta load, and then you gotta unload. So all that work being done now in the ports in real time. Gotta get that brain and that muscle, take some brains and some muscle, and you know, you gotta get that gratitude. And super important for me to be grateful for. I've survived COVID 4 years ago. I had it, and it's really sick. And you know, now COVID is back. Please increase in public hygiene. COVID, maybe for all we know, a new wave can start COVID. You know, so we gotta get fit. We gotta get some loving. You know, it's the loving, and by action. And you know, I always like when I see people holding hands and hugging. And sometimes, you know, don't argue much. You know, it's a new motto 2023. I think I said it, that argue less, inquire often, offer help if you can, and do more, argue less, and do more, argue less, so you just gotta get to the doing, you know. And I like staying active, staying fit, and you know, I always say my fitness journey starts today now. Your fitness journey starts today now, and that's how I see it, and that's how I roll. You know, with my fitness journey starting now. Always today. Today's the 15th of February. Somebody hopefully making good loving. Somebody hopefully making some good charity. Somebody making some good help. You know, I'm not perfect. You know. I get moody. I've been depressed and suicidal. You know, 6 years ago I crossed Canada coast to coast. That event propelled me, and I got back fit and got out of depression and being suicidal. There's so many things to see across Canada, my country, Quebec, to do. So many things to do, to write rock and roll children's books, published. I got them written but not published. I couldn't afford the $500, but what is money but to buy, sell, you know. Money has a purpose. It's to buy, sell, you know. And yeah, you know, I do lust. LUST, I do lust. I'm that rainbow dragon, you know. I'm that rainbow dragon. So I don't hide my sexuality or what my BDSM, BDSM, loving, whatever the case may be. That's just one part of us. As if we repress it, you know, we'll get sick. But putting it in the open, and then, you know, taking action, you know, sublimating and channeling, you know, super important to sublimate and to channel. Because if I repress, I repress, I repress. If I repress feelings, emotions, whatever, I'm gonna get sick, you know. So I got my own independent psychological theories, analysis, but I'm an Aspie, you know, Asperger's. We repeat things 3 times, twice. We have weird gestures. We, you know, have repetitive gestures. We have obsessive interests. We're obsessed. We're obsessed about certain interests. And my obsessions, due to the curse of Asperger's, which is actually a blessing now. And I am obsessed about geopolitics. So the study of geopolitics. And back in 2019 have predicted what's happening now, based on an analysis and a deep discussion and conversation. So being obsessed with geopolitics, and I'm also obsessed with sports. Dancing is my favorite sport, but I love boxing. As you see, man, when I work out in my hundreds of workout videos, that I'm really into it. When I work out, I work out. So being obsessed with fitness, basically, with fitness, sports, fitness, wellness, whatever you want to call it. Sports and fitness, sports and wellness, they go together. Fitness, sports, you know, like I love hockey, basketball, and football, gridiron, auctioning this hat, you know, all fitness related, sports related. Boxing I love, and challenging Tyson Fury. So I got the obsession also with civilizations. So I study civilizations, from ancient Egypt, Sumer. Ancient Sumer is where Babylon now. Babylon after came Babylonia, ancient Babylon. Before that it was ancient Sumeria. I'm specialized in these 3 mainly. Ancient Sumeria, ancient Sumer, ancient Egypt, and I lived there in previous incarnations and past lives, and ancient Rome, the ancient Roman Empire. But the Roman Empire was, of course, not an empire first. I could say the ancient Roman civilization, because it started as a kingdom, and it was a republic afterwards, and it was a kingdom first, republic thereafter, and then empire. So that's how it kind of works, the system with the ancient Roman civilization. I propose my theory, of course, and I know it to be fact. It's not just a proposition, but that we here in North America, we constitute what I call a collective North American civilizational complex, or a complex. The North American civilizational complex, and myself, a Quebecer. Here we made what I call the Great Linguistic Compromise. And of course, being Black History Month with our black brothers and sisters, my black brothers and sisters, you know, 13.3%. My neighbors are black, and we made, you know, we work together, and there's issues, there's still tension somewhere, you know, more or less. And if I can fight racism, is by what I offer everybody else. First and foremost, kisses, tickles, and hugs. You know, by some action. So show some love to my black brothers and sisters by some action. Maybe it's gonna some more than others will say, you know, this is a bit rainbow, too much too much love in there, a little bit too much, you know. But anyway, so because we got, you know, we're not perfect, but we are new. The North American collective civilization, or the complex of North American civilization, we're a new emerging, and we made the linguistic compromise. And you know, I believe in one human race, a race that becoming free, but you know, we still have, you know, the dynamics, of course, you know, that are still prevalent in our societies, and that we still work. And aggression, you know, I have aggression, brothers and sisters. I have plenty of aggression, but I channel it. I work out, I exercise, so I don't harm none, you know. So I harm no other citizen. I exercise, you know, I work out, I train, so I don't harm anybody else. You can say whatever you want, you know, you can say free speech, but also we gotta be mindful of some things. But I draw the line. You make threats, but I fight my own battles, you know. I fight my own battles. So first Donald Trump boxing match, Tyson Fury, and can get in line, or Tyson Fury first, ASAP Donald Trump afterwards, you know. Gotta give a shout out to the public workers, salute, who put, of course, put this nice here, so that citizens can enjoy to come and do a little bit of skating. And I will, and I'm willing to do volunteering. I want to paint, so you give me the permission and the paint, and for next year, then I paint I want to paint them some blue, white, and red. That'll be Quebec, Canada, and it could be even what other colors. Red's my favorite, but it doesn't have to be red. But I really want to paint it because they're a bit gray. They need some paint. Paint, just plain paint. Not like I cannot do really. I'm not a good drawer. I'm more of a rock and roll artist, writing analysis, theory, and philosophy, and of course, singing, channeling, sing songs, rock and roll 24/7 for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. But of course, turn my head left or right before I cross the street. Turn my head left or right before I cross the street. Gotta turn my head left or right before I do cross the street, because you never know. So I just want to go to roundabout by the bridge, and now I want to go do some pull-ups, you know. So meditating today, and it's getting gray, so I'm gonna get rid of these, auctioning these as well. The hat, Raiders hat that I'm wearing, I don't know how I have it, about more than 7 years, but probably secondhand. A lot of my clothes are secondhand. I'm auctioning all that I'm wearing. Scarf for $1 million, hoodie for $1 million, 49er for $1 million. I'm gonna give half to my anonymous sister friend. And the boots. Lots of selling of the boots. I march more in these steel toes than all the generals of NATO combined during COVID. And now we're gonna march, turn east, west, north, south, and we're gonna go roundabout, and we're gonna go to Knot. See, here again, we gotta turn our heads right and left, and gotta be mindful. There's a stop at each corner, though. See, at the intersection, there's a stop, east, west, north, south. So there's a stop. They're coming from the north, but they're one-way street. So that also takes to be taken into consideration if it's one-way street, because I'm in the public now. I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, which of course would have not come under the normal circumstances if I would have stayed in my dragon's lair at home. Could have stayed naked, meditated until I go to see the show tonight, but I said I'm gonna go work as independent YouTuber and get no views, but at least somebody might watch, and documented my fitness journey over the years. So I got proof of a CV, although I'm filming with a laptop, you know. So filming with a laptop is not the most obvious, the most thing to do, but hey, sometimes you gotta be working with the tools that you're given. And oh my goodness, look at that beauty. Wow, isn't that just gorgeous? Look at that beauty. Look at that big cedar, so big. I gotta take photos of this. This is just so big, just huge, man. So up and down. Wow, just so tall, so big. Wow, look at that. Just so big, eh? It's just huge. Super big. Super big, just so tall. Wow, so beautiful, so big. Cedar, man, that's a tall one. I gotta look up to see sometimes, you know. I'm realizing how small I am. It's like 7 times bigger than my size, and I'm a piece of dust sometimes. And yes, I lust, I have an ego that, although I try to be a piece of dust, sometimes I think myself higher than I am, but I try to be less selfish, but I got selfish, and you know, it's something that we need to admit. I got aggression, but I work out, I train, I channel it, you know. And the only really stress now, as many haven't had been, in financial, you know, situation. And you know, now with the layoffs, you know, I kind of feel, of course, it's when I was laid off also a few times during COVID, and you know, I was upset, I was angry, just like many are, you know. It was just out of the blue, and like it was but it's an interesting looking house, kind of beautiful. Wow, I find it nice, kind of architecturally. There's a really uniqueness to it. I'm gonna take a picture, and quite beautiful, like pleasant, almost kind of cool. This one has a nice houses here also, like just, you know, it's a nice architectural styles, which of course is kind of unique, you know, here. But now I'm crossing into Montreal West. Keep in mind that I'm traversing different neighborhoods of Montreal, the island of Montreal, aka Hawk Island, and of course I am traversing from NDG, my neighborhood, and to of course the different neighborhoods, you know. So when I go from my NDG, Notre Dame de Grace, NDG is a neighborhood in Montreal. I used to live in Côte des Neiges, but you know, I kind of black out after my memory kind of goes from, I moved from Côte des Neiges. I moved from a place which was moldy. I had a lot of mold. Maybe that's what caused amnesia, you know, the mold. So I moved. I lived also deeper on the ground than I am now. Also now I'm also on the ground, but it was like different. And of course I moved. I remember moving a few years ago, then depressed and suicidal, started working out, training and exercising, my fitness journey, survived COVID, and here I am. What a new, beautiful house there. It's kind of nice. I kind of like it. It's just kind of cute. So I like the architectures, and I like to go and I like to meditate, you know. I would love to give my anonymous sister friend, who I asked in an open BDSM switch marriage, and maybe I'll ask again, said no. You know, sometimes you just gotta ask, and be annoying sometimes. But you know, this house also is kind of nice, and you know, we got a lot of places, but the real estate varies, you know, now with the inflation. I'm a millennial, but you know, I just remember moving, and it was like black, kind of my memory blacks out, you know, and I remember mostly the past years, so it's like maybe COVID induced amnesia, maybe COVID caused it, I don't know. COVID is still mysterious illness. What caused COVID? Well, I say snakes, but I cannot rule out another possibility. XYZ, maybe bioweapon. I cannot rule it out. You know, I don't like conspiracy theories much. There have been conspiracies, like the assassination of Caesar was a conspiracy, right? Assassination of Caesar, Roman Emperor Caesar, assassination of Caesar was a conspiracy. But I don't like to delve into conspiracy theories. But I mean, there are conspiracies and stuff. But people are like Kennedy assassination, right? People inspire Kennedy assassination, but I don't believe in the other conspiracy theories that are a lot on the internet. You know, I'm more of an inquirer. I inquire, I discern, I like more details and questioning, but an action, because so many things I do not know, eh? I do know this, I don't know that. I know I had COVID and XYZ. I know I got aggression, but I channel it, work out, train, exercise. I love rap. I rap myself also for the farmers, dock workers on those docks. Rock and roll. I rap and rock and roll. I'm an Aspie, you know. So it's like many Aspies, I suffered with unemployment problems and made many friends in the past years and lost a lot of friends, and made many friends and lost a lot of friends, made many friends and lost many friends. As many as I made in the past 7 years, I lost. I mean, Asperger's, you know. So especially if I discuss about geopolitics, which is my obsession, then I guess I lose I lose a lot of focus. Maybe not all people share my obsessions and my interests, but I also can be open to other interests, as I am very universal. But on geopolitics, fitness, and civilizations and public hygiene, and those are the main three plus the four that I mentioned. Geopolitics, the study, analysis of geopolitics 24/7, and of course fitness, sports, dancing is my favorite sport, and not only that, but of course with it, of course, the study of civilizations, and the fourth dimension, public hygiene. You know, I'm obsessed about public hygiene, and maybe it's even before COVID, I think, although I do have a small place and I can do better cleaning, always more cleaning of the toilet bowl. How about those dock workers? Those dock workers there is gonna get a little bit, and the youth. They were smiling. As long as the youth are happy, I'm happy. If I see the youth happy, smiling, and that also gives me joy and hope, and it's for the youth, you know. And I say to Bill Blair, my citizen, Bill Blair, and I say to my citizen Bill Blair, if you're gonna put on a uniform, and those who do put on a uniform, salute, well, you gotta go change some diapers in the daycares, baby. Because who are you going to put on the uniform, the Canadian Armed Forces, to defend? National defense. starts with the daycares, man. National defense starts with the daycares. National defense starts in the daycares, you know. Gonna put some uniforms, and national defense starts with the daycares. That's where it starts. I write children's books. Gotta give a shout out here again, and you know, those who build the bridge, it needs a lot of work. Got a lot of bridges to build across North America. Public works go 24/7, and this is a railway, so I gotta salute the rail workers, the dock workers with it, but the rail workers. See, they're going where they're going now. That's east. Imagining all the trains. See, trains going east, west, north, south, and saluting the train conductors. Freight train, cargo train, they're going east, west, north, south, and there's many now on the trains and clearing the roads, and gotta be thinking about them, and we gotta build that Dragon Army, public-private partnership Dragon Army, to integrate across all levels of the Canadian complex and across the collective North American civilizational complex. And my brothers and sisters in the USA, I also speak to them because I was born twice in the USA in previous incarnations, post 1776. Both times served in the United States Army, so here I am now on the drill, thinking about how these could be, of course, changed, and how we can get, of course, a little bit of paint on them. You know, gotta get a little bit of paint and on these here, right here. And that's a lot of work in infrastructure renewal. You know, we gotta get the North American Infrastructure Renewal Act. Let's go Wall Street. Let's go millionaires, billionaires. You know, mass reinvestment in the public. We need a mass reinvestment in the public. We need a mass reinvestment in the public. You know, build more bridges, build more ports, rebuild, build North American collective civilization and defense. Play that defense, you know. Don't play my head here. I'm gonna go XYZ. We're gonna turn it roundabout, and we're gonna go all the way to the top. Right here, we're gonna go for the bridge again. See the bridge? Gonna get it for the drill, and gonna go circumvent like that. See, I'm meditating. When was this bridge built? Thinking about the bridge. I can see a lot of painting being necessarily done. Yours truly for the X and for the Y and for the Z, and getting for that goal, and getting for the X, and getting for the Y, and getting for the to be rebuilt. So here we're gonna go as we were last time. So this is a fun place. You can go with your dog here, and it's always fun to go all the way to the other side and kind of go a little bit in nature, parallel with civilization in the backyard. We were here a few weeks ago. We were here a few weeks ago, and see, you can go by that side or this side, and here we got, see, even got a garbage bin. It's nice that it's covered, see, got a garbage bin right there, so you can come with your dog, and it's going for the back, and you can go through the side, and it's, of course, open to the public, and gotta get it to the X, and gotta get it to the Y, and gotta get it for the X and the Y, and you can come, and people can come, and people can get there's people who have been, of course, putting places here for the public. So you got benches made by citizens right here in the back, and you got XYZ, and it's kind of an alley, a parallel alley, you know, which is right here in between, which goes all the way to the railroad. So I'm gonna meditate on Hydro-Quebec. See these big towers? How many across Quebec? Who built them? Who put them? Salute. And you know, electricity goes hydro. Thanks to who? The Hydro-Quebec workers of the past and present. And I plugged in my laptop earlier to plug it in, and thanks to Hydro-Quebec workers of the past, I'm able to do this video here with clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy as I'm marching in these steel toe boots, dedicated today for the dock workers, those workers on the docks. How many cargo moves east, west, north, south, Canada, US, Mexico, across North America, North American dock workers. create that universal exchange unit, standardized prices, fight inflation. Well, let's get coast to coast defense, Dragon Army security and service. Not perfect, far from it. Well, freedom gotta be insured, you know. I freestyle rock and roll for the butchers, bakers, truckers, farmers, my freedom and gratitude, being open for business 24/7, and you know, all the things we got. Like I said, I'm doing this video, the electricity, clean, zero pollution, zero emission, clean, renewable energy from this laptop, which is renewable, from those rivers and those dams built in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And just a few months ago, we opened another one, La Romaine Complex, and I cheer on rock and roll so that we build more, have the electricity from Quebec. Hydro-Quebec goes all the way, six states, maybe even. I know 5 for sure. 5 states all the way, 20% of Manhattan Island in New York. Even Wall Street get that clean, zero pollution energy from Hydro-Quebec. Meditate. You know, it's always drills. It's sometimes philosophy, theories got to be complemented by some action. You know. I cannot be overly philosophical, because words. Huh? I just want to take a look. Is that a red cardinal? I'm not sure. Wow. Is that a red cardinal? Oh, yeah. Is that a red? I don't know how visible it is on the camera, but it kind of looks like a red cardinal. But again, I'm not 100% sure that it is. But it could be necessarily so. But anyway, maybe just something red, maybe, but like not necessarily a cardinal. But see there, that dot. I don't know. Maybe the dot. Maybe it's a red cardinal. Maybe not. Maybe. Anyways, I don't want to go back, but just moving forward, I guess. And I'm gonna go do a little bit, see how this go in the back, all the way to the back, and then do a return. Look at that big evergreen here, so big. And it's just, the air's so fresh, The air's so fresh when you pass close to them, and always meditate. See, that's a railroad right there. Railway. See, the train passes there, right? I wonder when it was built. Who? Smith, Desjardins joined North American Collective Civilisation. We got a lot of it to rebuild, We got a lot of rebuilding of railways to do, A lot of rebuilding of railways to do, right? A lot of rebuilding of lots of railways. Need to be rebuilt. Need to be redone, right? It's always lots of work, man. See? That one there was built Hydro-Quebec. It transports electricity. You gotta secure the grid, man. From hardware, software, hardware, hardware. You know, we got multiple dimensions of civilization. We cannot base everything on strength. Sometimes you gotta get that sweet, that pillow, that soft, that kiss, that hug, that loving, man. And the arts and the culture, you know, we gotta work together, mobilize. NORAD, NATO, Dragon Army, PPP, public-private partnership to support a dream. My dream basically is fundamentally a call for a public-private partnership across North America. Right, that is what it is fundamentally. As I march in these steel toes, I decided not to retire them last week, so. But that's it. Probably today, tomorrow, maybe the last day. But got a lot of cleaning tomorrow, and you know, try to do X, try to do Y, and then do some more. And here the back of the houses with little people's huts here, or they do their own little gardening, and it's always fun. As I did urban gardening, and I'm always interested in urban gardening. I have some experience before COVID. I did quite a few years. I did some urban gardening myself, so I planted and I harvested and I sowed and I labored in urban farming, and I ate from the fruits of my labor. Farmers, rock and roll for the farmers, Food security starts with them food producers. We gotta do rebirth. Small cities, big cities, you know, I've been small, big city, but of course I do respect the small cities and the big cities, and gotta get, of course, for the drill and For those, of course, who are on the trucks now, the truckers, eh? The truckers and the butchers and the bakers and the nurses and the doctors, and of course, those who are on the docks now today, the dock workers. The dock workers. You know, the dock workers. You gotta get a little bit of dock workers, and somebody gotta love him, somebody gotta love him, and gotta get for that. You see, we got here from the past, and see there you can work out, train, exercise. You got a gym right there. See here, we're gonna go in the back and gonna go by the drills here. And Modernisation, like there's some information there. Probably a few years old from the modernization, of course, and how much is that modernized and when it's been a modernization of it, and of course to be XYZ and to be interested and to do X whatever it is that we do, and you know, to meditate, and also saluting the construction workers. When I see buildings, I wonder what year we build the foundations, you know, who built them and how's the labor. And you know, I'm a fan of cranes, eh? I love cranes, if you didn't know, and I do love cranes. Cranes. You know, cranes. I'm a fan of cranes. It's something which I love, and I always love those double decks and how the cranes are built. And today, of course, I dedicate my marches to a specific group, but so of course, although the youth as well, always included, my anonymous sister friend, and the butchers, the bakers, you know, the nurses, the doctors, and the grocery store clerks. And here we are. We're gonna be careful here because they might slide a little bit. So for the dockers and in the ports now, you know, those ports operating, going on those ships, Port of Vancouver, Port of Montreal. See those workers, they be working X, working Y, and be working on that hard, and working on the left and working on the right, and they be working the docks, man, you know, the docks with machines, maybe some cranes, and here we are. See, here we made it where the railroad is. See, that's the railroad, but of course we can't go too much. We can go there, but there's a place to work out, you know, so just gonna take a little picture there. See the trains coming, so we can go there and there, but you can't cross here, of course. We gotta get that drill, and we gotta get that going, and see, we gotta get, and that one I see all over the city. That one I see all over the city. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of pictures. Here, and gotta get it for the train conductors. Super cool. Love trains, and always meditate how trains were built, how they're built today, how they will built tomorrow. And you're gonna be patient. We're gonna switch to that French because we're in La Belle Province, but I do want to reach and get here. Actually, we could in theory do a workout there and go a little bit more and go to see more there, because I think this we can go. It's not private property. I don't want to be encroaching on any private property, right? On any private property, but as it's fenced, but I don't know, is it private property here? What does that say? It's tilted, I don't even know. It doesn't look, it looks public, because I mean you got the trees and that have you, but I don't know, there's nothing indicating. There was a sign here, but it looks like it's frozen. But anyways, this could be a nice place to work out, jog, run, you know. You got jogging, you got running, and
You got nature, nature and civilization. They gotta go together. We're just gonna head back, and we're gonna do, of course, some pull-up. We wanna go do some pull-ups. Gonna be probably on the ice, but we're gonna wanna do some pull-ups. So, anyways, saluting the dock workers, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses. Always my anonymous sister friend. Always the youth, and of course, my brothers and sisters, civilization is a privilege, and I like dancing, but in a public-private partnership way. And my dream manifesting as the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom is, of course, a call for a public-private partnership across North America, NORAD, NATO, and beyond, all willing across the Americans, Pan-American, of course, Pan-American. Of course, I am a Quebecer, Canadian, North American, who's not perfect, far from it, and who enjoys working out, training, exercising, enjoy civilization and nature, and will, of course, enjoy more if it's civilization and nature in more harmony. And we're grateful that I'm doing this video with clean energy. That Hydro-Quebec Go is the song. Although today, first and foremost, for those dock workers of North America, unite. Those dock workers, of course. Okay, gotta get for those unloading, loading, using machines, of course, some brain and some muscle. Sometimes it's gotta be loaded by hand, and there's physical labor, mental labor. So it takes a little bit of each, to run and operate cranes. And we've been a complex society. Sometimes we gotta keep it a little bit on the simple, Sometimes we just gotta simplify it. I'm just gonna take a picture of this, and just gonna take a picture of this. This is quite nice. See, I'm meditating always. Hydro-Quebec building what it is, megawatts, how it's transmitted, how we built it yesterday, how we build it today, and how we're gonna build it tomorrow. How we build it yesterday, how we build it today, how we're gonna build it tomorrow. How we build it yesterday, how we build it today, how we're gonna build it tomorrow. So always meditation, so always. And it's rock and roll 24/7, really. That's what it is with me. But spiritual, philosophical, artistic, and athletic way is the people's athlete, people's artist. That AA, Aspie with amnesia, retrograde amnesia, and artist and athlete parallel to Aspie with amnesia. AA, parallel. Aspie with amnesia, who's an artist and an athlete. And I see here you can get some cement, and right here is probably you can work out, train, exercise. Right here you got some logs, got an exercise gym. Sometimes you need to improvise gymnasiums, man. All this is a gym. You can start doing some push-ups anywhere, anytime. Push-ups. No excuses. I paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee, got even those wafers, I said. Dock workers. How about them firefighters? We're gonna give some love to the ambulance drivers. Who's gonna love the farmers, the butchers, the nurses, the doctors, the grocery store clerks, all involved in production, distribution of food. See, I can get a little bit of workout with those logs there. See, gotta be sure not to slide. Right there. I got a little bit of sun. I'm happy. Got a little bit gray, but still a little bit of sun. And gotta be mindful, of course, that I gotta go. Oh, got a nice hockey rink right in the backyard. So that's pretty cool. And I believe here they're doing some urban farming, and I did urban farming like 3 times before COVID. I don't know about farming before, I don't think so, but with amnesia, retrograde amnesia, and remember moving, and it's kind of my memory, it's kind of like a blackout, like a blackout. I remember mostly the past years, I remember mostly the past years, But besides that, it's a lot of it is a mystery. But I'm an independent artist, athlete, philosopher, geopolitical analyst, and theorist, and who's not perfect, far from it, and who lives on this here now, and is always on that meditation, and who's suffered, been depressed and suicidal when I crossed Canada coast to coast. I got out of depression, I got out of it, and now yours truly is grateful for today, 15th of February. Rent's paid my rent for the month of February, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee, and got good wafers, dollar wafers, 175 grams, so munch, So we gotta get that joy, gotta get that pleasure, and my brothers and sisters, it's not all about the money, eh? Sometimes you gotta get that love, get that fitness, and I do what you love, make money, do what you love, make money. Money's to buy, sell. Support the DRT. There's no other way but my DRT theory, right? See here, you got rocks. I can get rocks. I can work right there, but I want to go do those pull-ups. But it's good to know. Good to know that it's available for me to get those rocks and get those rocks right there. But my brothers and sisters, the DRT theory. Now I'm gonna explain it again. So the DRT theory explained. So my DRT theory, I believe with utmost sincerity that is the only solution for what's happening now. So I'm gonna say it that now I'm gonna discuss. We'll discuss now the DRT. The debt refusion theory stands for D, debt, R, refusion, and theory. My DRT theory, I believe, is the only solution now to go move forward. So I'm going to explain it, and then I'm going to switch to that French. So the DRT theory includes what's called monetary integration. Monetary integration is exactly what was being done in the what's being done in the European Union, in the European Union. So the Germans got rid of the Deutschmark, they put the euro. The Italians got rid of the lira, they put the euro. The French got rid of the franc, they put the euro. So my DRT theory includes what's called monetary integration, right? So monetary integration is exactly what they did in the European Union. So since the fact that paying interest on the debt, so the interest for the debt servicing, in other words, debt servicing is a fancy word to say paying interest on the public debt to Canada had more than doubled. So in 2020, 2021, it was 20.3 billion, and you can check, and can show you because I have fact check. We can fact check this, but of course, that was the number, right? So it more than doubled to 46.5. 46.5. So I'm gonna show you the picture now, so you know 46. In 2020, 2021 year, to pay the interest on the debt, public debt, it more than doubled. From 20, let me check you the numbers because I checked, and this was November, official publication by CBC, and the official number, of course, of Bank of Canada. This is a Bank of Canada. This is off the top of my head because I know the numbers now because I studied, and being an ASPE, my obsessions as an ASPE are the study of civilizations, and I've studied public finance is part of civilization. So public finance is part of civilizations. Public finance is part of civilization. So being the part of public finance is part of civilization. So I'm gonna show you the numbers. See. So those numbers are 2020, 2021. It was 20.3 billion. A billion is 1,000 million, has 9 zeros. In 2023, 2024, this year, it's reached 46.5 billion. So it more than doubled, because 20.3, the number in 2020, 2021, it would have been times 2, it's 40.6. So it's 46.5, so more than double. So this is as you see there, the fall economic statement in November came out. This is from November 22nd. Ballooning debt charges by CBC. So these are the official Bank of Canada numbers. So this number, it cannot be sustained, right? So that's why with firm belief that the only solution is the DRT theory, which includes monetary integration theory, stands for debt refusion theory. So this is what it is. Take all public and private debt. My debt is 10,500. Your debt, my debt, your debt, all the debt of Canada, United States, Mexico, Haiti, Jamaica, all North American countries. It could be NORAD, NATO, and of course create what I call a universal exchange unit based on the US dollar, since the United States dollar is still the currency of choice for world trade, international finance, global commerce. So since the United States dollar is still the currency of choice, base it on the US dollar. So take all the debt, my debt, private debt, all the debt, and that number, do the conversion, Canadian dollar debt, the public and the private of all debt of Canada, Mexico, United States, do the conversion. That number is going to be the initial money supply of a new central bank. Of the new central bank. You can call it North American Integrated Bank, another global financial system, a bank which will of course fuse all the banks now, create a new financial institution to issue a new currency called the UE, Universal Exchange Unit, based on the US dollar, since the United States dollar is still the currency of choice for world trade, global finance, international business. Base it on the US dollar, freeze all prices, standardize. Milk prices, grocery prices, chocolate prices, all thereafter standardize, and create the universal exchange unit. The universal exchange unit. And all that money, all the debt, the public and the private debt, right? All that money will be the initial money supply for this new central bank. For this new central bank. All the debt will be the initial money supply. So it's going to be in the trillions. And then set a limit of 10% interest. 10% interest, 10% interest. It could be 7.70, 9.3, 1.56, 3.33, 4.18, 7.18. Lower than 10, no more than 10% maximum interest. So debt refusion to explain, that's what it is. All private and public debt, refuse it, right? Create with all the debt, all the Canadian debt, USA debt, Mexican debt, Haitian debt, the Haiti. Create what I call all the debt, refuse it, and of course make what I call a new currency called the UE based on the United States dollar. Gonna salute the train conductors a little bit. Thank you, train conductors, for your service. Big dragon hugs, and going east, west, north, south. Big love and salutations and admiration. I appreciate their skills, their knowledge to drive trains, and how the trains were built yesterday, how the trains are gonna be built tomorrow, how they're building today. So gotta give a little bit of shout out to the train conductors, and I love them, and I love trains, and we're gonna build more trains. So doing the UE, the debt refusion theory, we can rebuild more trains, build more railroads, more steel, more rebuild public works, finance the dancing goddess and the dragon army, finance the dragon army and the dancing goddess army, and put more webcams, secure the public, more satellites to secure the public, you know. Public, and security and liberty gotta go together, you know. Security and liberty gotta go together, you know. Security and liberty. You gotta be not too extreme about security, not too extreme about liberty. Gotta go balance harmony together, and webcams accessible to citizens, and Dragon Army Security and Service Force, Dragon Army Security and Service Force, public-private partnership for security and service, for security and service, for security and service. Right on this right here, you know, as we go. Gonna go for the little to the left and to the right, and we're gonna go do some pull-ups in the public gym. I'm gonna get some pull-ups in the public gym, and gonna make sure here when I cross, I turn my head left and right, because you never know. You know, the brakes might malfunction, the citizen might press the accelerator. So once again, the DRT theory is the only solution for the creation of the UE. So take all private and public debt. My debt, 10,500 as a private citizen, yours as a private citizen, the public and the private together. All the debt of Canada, USA, Mexico, all of it put together, create what I call the Universal Exchange Unit based on the US dollar, the UE. U dot, E dot, U dot. So that will be based on the US dollar, and preferably by biometrics. The hand, the voice are unique biometric identifiers. You know, the hand. So that's why I'm asking my astrological brother, Scorpios, Bill Gates of BlackRock, Larry Fink of BlackRock, and Blackstone are two different financial institutions, not to be confused, but some people confuse them. Anyways, Blackstone is not the same private financial institution as BlackRock. Larry Fink, Wall Street. Oh, you know, my sister citizen Christia Freeland, my sister citizen Christia Freeland. So I got some accent because of Asperger's. Sometimes when I deviate, you know, and I get that Asperger's, try to get it, and I work on it, you know. But I'm super good at other things, you know, like this theory, which is the solution. See, all that suffering, all that struggle, the curse of Asperger's. Study. Written theories and philosophies. I present to the world the DRT theory. To North American brothers and sisters, to Quebecers, Canadian North Americans, it is no other way. Save the world from financial collapse, catastrophe. I present to you the DRT theory. With the Bank of International Settlements, the BIS, we can work together, refuse it, and create, of course, the Universal Exchange Unit. The Universal Exchange Unit for the creation of the UE stands for Universal Exchange Unit. The Universal Exchange Unit to create the UE, to create the Universal Exchange Unit. So it is that for the creation of the UE. DRT debt refusion theory. Take all public and private debt, create what I call, of course, a universal exchange unit. So all the debt, public and private, create what I call the universal exchange unit, right? Probably by biometrics, being the hand and the voice are unique biometric identifiers, and whatever is called, it's going to be called the UE. Stands for Universal Exchange Unit. Universal Exchange Unit, right? It's going to be based on the US dollar. So that is the solution to the problems. Financial, commercial, economic problems. Financial, commercial, economic problems. The solution. See, my curse of Asperger's is a blessing for myself and for you. For you, for me, for us. For you, for me, for us. For you, for me, for us. Ask me. Asperger's. During the past years, studied, went in libraries, studied, read tens of thousands of books, philosophy, poetry, art, all things of civilization. I can say that my solution, my theory, the DRT is the only solution for where we are now. The DRT for the creation of the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit. The DRT for the creation of the UE. The DRT for the creation of the UE. I'm gonna give a shout out. We're gonna build more parks like this. With the DRT theory, we're gonna be able to rebuild and build more. Shout out to the workers. This is new. This is nice. That's new. So, congratulations and well done. You know. This is new as well. All this part is all new. That one. So that's fun for the children. Public Works, thanks to the Public Works. Somebody got their nice red there. Nice red, Quebec. Quebec, we're gonna switch to that French because we have French Quebec on it, but it's a nice color. Unless somebody put it as art. I don't know. I'm assuming much, but it's a nice black and red, very red color. So that's fun. Maybe somebody put it like that for fun, but I don't know. Maybe somebody lost it and somebody had put it there. But whatever the case may be, hope somebody retrieves it if they lost it, because it's very nice scarf. And if somebody put it there for the embellishment, put some color there, that's also nice, I guess. But it has to be. Make sure that it doesn't fall down, so that it pollutes in the environment. So gotta be considerate when we do art and we embellish the public as well. So the DRT theory, debt refusion theory, is the only solution. Take all private and public debt, all the number, convert it into US dollars, create what I call, of course, the Universal Exchange Unit, printed by biometrics. But it could also have like a dual, like the old currencies like we have now, but also digital, like the currencies that exist now. and of course to be on the DRT theories, to take all the debt, the public and the private debt, and of course refuse it. That was a nice dog, but I admired see the fellow citizen there with the dog, and I just got a bit out of the way because the dog was looking at me and is about to like get close, because depending on if it's not poodles, I get allergies and I get sneezed, and I sneeze, I get allergic reaction to certain types of dogs, so I'm always very careful when the dogs, depending on the breed, if they have the thick long fur, then I sneeze, I get allergic reaction, but not poodles, not poodles, not poodles. So I like them, I love them from afar, and I like to admire them from like afar, you know, it's like, whatever the case may be. So anyways, the DRT theory, take all private and public debt, refuse it, create the universal exchange unit, preferably by biometrics, and preferred by biometrics as it is, of course, a public-private partnership, and then finance the Dragon Army, public-private partnership army, Dragon Army, North American Citizen Integrated Social Security and Defense Force, and the Dancing Goddess Army for the environment and for nature, and of course the move in towards the public-private partnership 21st century, so universal exchange unit. And I live and I will live an austere, simple, severe, highly physically active Spartan lifestyle, rainbow dragon. I life simple, austere, severe, but rainbow with hopefully more hugs, more feet washing, more kisses, more tickles, hopefully more kisses, more feet washes, more hugs, more kisses, hopefully more hugs, more kisses, more tickles, but nonetheless an austere, you know, kind of. And I gotta do a shout out. I'm gonna switch to that French, gotta be patient, but once again take the DRT, debt refusion tree, create what I call the universal exchange unit, preferably by, I gotta sneeze. So take all the debt, public and private, convert it to US dollars, and that will be the initial money supply. All the debt, the public and the private will finance, will be the initial money supply of this new financial institution. Set a limit of 10% interest, standardize all prices to fight inflation, fight inflation, fight inflation. That's the solution to inflation and to the current debt, public and private debt, and the debt interest. So DRT, debt refusion, my brothers, there's no other way. There's no other way, there's no other way. And then we can build more like this. Public arenas, public works, we can mass finance public works. I only need a small house, me. House of the Dragon. Austere, simple, severe, Spartan, scarlet red. I gotta give a shout out. This is gonna be for my joy, for your joy, for our joy initiative. It is the construction workers that build. Go construction workers, go, and we gotta encourage them. We gotta salute and thank them because they build all the buildings, and they build it right there, the buildings, and they build a hold up and they go up and down, and they build, of course, all the buildings up, and they go on those cranes and they risk, of course, their safety. So, oh wow, already a little bit done here, and those big machines, big tools. So, thank you. It's a new arena financed. A new complex, sports complex. That one was destroyed. Sometimes you destroy and you rebuild. Sometimes you destroy and you rebuild. Sometimes you destroy and you rebuild. And I died during COVID, being reborn. Nothing that I want to go back to. And gotta give it. I love when I see construction work and being done. And I'm a fan, rock and roll for the construction workers 24/7. It's always nice and exciting, and to see new buildings being built, and see whatever is being built here is gonna be a big complex, big arena. So shout out to them, and shout out, salutation to the workers, dock workers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, all involved in the production and the distribution of food as I go on these steel toes, and gotta get that DRT for the creation of the UE, and gonna switch to that French. So bienvenue dans la marche. On marche aujourd'hui pour les dockers, des dockers qui travaillent dans les quais portières, dans les ports, qui déchargent, chargent, puis qui travaillent dans les ports de côte à côte du Canada, puis aussi toujours pour les fermiers, soeur, anonyme, puis les travailleurs en construction, mais c'est à partir des autres de la terre noire qui vont monter sur les grues, qui vont bâtir avec du ciment puis du fer, qui vont faire des constructions comme ici.
Ça va être public. Ça, c'est des investissements publics que je vais en bénéficier. Vous allez en bénéficier, puis on va en bénéficier ensemble. Un nouveau complexe d'aréna ici, à Montréal-Ouest. Je suis sorti un peu de mon quartier de Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, mais à Montréal, sur l'île. Votre jaguar arc-en-ciel vous chante. Puis aujourd'hui, à la botte de Cap d'Acier, je les ai sortis de la retraite bien vite la semaine passée. Puis mais là, ça va être la dernière semaine pour ces bottes de Cap d'Acier parce qu'ils commencent à être quand même endommagés comme si on était marché, puis j'ai marché dedans pas mal de temps. Ici, pour les voir, il y a 10 millions d'investissements. C'est écrit 10 millions d'investissements, 10 millions d'investissements. Puis ça va faire un bon investissement. Puis ça commence à avoir de l'allure un peu. Ça fasse du bon travail avec du ciment puis du béton. Puis je fais du rock'n'roll. Je les encourage à faire l'entraînement physique, bien sûr. Puis à construire, à bâtir sur plus en haut, puis plus en bas, plus le côté. Regardez ici. Construction d'un centre sportif et récréatif. Et en plus de ça, vous pouvez voir, c'est en anglais et en français. Mais ça dit 6 millions 200. Puis là-bas, ça dit 10 millions, votre gouvernement du Québec. Puis ça, c'est Canada. Je me demande, là, j'ai une question financière. Parce que ça dit Canada, 6 millions 200 000. Puis là-bas, ça dit 10 millions. Puis là, c'est écrit gouvernement du Québec, investir pour vous. Puis là, c'est écrit gouvernement du Canada. Sais-tu, c'est Canada-Québec, un partenariat entre le gouvernement fédéral puis le gouvernement du Québec. Ça doit être, j'imagine. Puis c'est-tu 10 millions plus 6 millions ou c'est 10 millions en total? Puis c'est le gouvernement du Québec qui a mis le 3,8 millions. Parce que 10 millions moins 6 millions 200, si on fait le calcul, ça fait 3 millions 800 000. Là. Fait que ça serait ça la balance qui reste sur un 10 millions moins pour soustraire. Si c'est ça, si le gouvernement du Québec a posé 10 millions, parce que c'est pas vraiment clair, là-bas ça dit 10 millions investis pour vous. C'est-tu 10 millions du gouvernement du Québec? Parce que là, la fleur de lys, puis c'est écrit gouvernement du Québec. Puis ici, c'est le drapeau du Canada, puis c'est écrit Canada. Fait que c'est la question du jour. Quelqu'un doit savoir plus que moi, qui est en dette de 10 500, mais qui est riche. Bisous, Château et Canet, puis qui admire la construction d'un centre sportif et récréatif. Construisez ce centre sportif et récréatif. Construisez bien ce centre sportif et récréatif. Puis je vous encourage, bien sûr, à faire de l'exercice physique, puis à faire de l'exercice physique au quotidien. Votre aspi, artiste athlète qui a la amnésie rétrograde, puis l'Asperger, puis il est un athlète artiste philosophe, puis j'ai présenté sur la table la théorie de la refusion de la dette que je viens de parler en anglais, puis bien sûr que j'y crois vraiment, c'est la seule et unique option maintenant où on connaît le point de vue pour beaucoup de citoyens privés comme moi-même en dette à 10 500, puis bien d'autres citoyens qui sont endettés, puis pas juste moi-même, mais vous autres, puis encore le gouvernement public pour la refusion de la dette, pour la création d'une unité d'échange universelle. Comment ils ont fait, bien sûr, en Europe, bien sûr. En Europe, bien sûr, les Allemands ils ont sorti la Deutsche Mark, puis ils ont mis l'euro. En Italie, ils ont sorti la lira, puis ils ont mis l'euro. Puis bien sûr, en France, ils ont sorti le franc, puis ils ont mis l'euro. Ils ont fait une intégration monétaire qu'on appelle dans le monde des finances. Puis on devrait faire la même chose en Amérique du Nord, avec le Collectif, le NORAD, puis l'OTAN ensemble peut-être avec l'Europe transatlantique, qu'on fasse avec un partenariat public-privé avec toutes les institutions financières privées et publiques pour soutenir bien sûr ma théorie, parce que j'y crois vraiment avec tout le cœur et tout le bon sens que c'est pas d'autre solution que la théorie de la refusion de la dette. Théorie de la refusion de la dette, la TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette. La théorie de la refusion de la dette qui inclut, qu'est-ce que ça s'appelle dans le monde des finances, la théorie d'intégration monétaire. C'est exactement ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe. Plusieurs pays ont enlevé, ont laissé faire leur ancienne monnaie, puis dans les années 90, 96, 97, 99, ils ont fait la création de l'euro. La monnaie d'échange, comme nous autres dans le dollar canadien, les autres, ils ont fait une monnaie d'échange ensemble. Les Allemands, les Italiens, les Français, puis bien d'autres pays de l'Europe, comme 22, 25, 28, quelque chose comme ça. Plus que 20 pays en Europe, ils ont adopté une monnaie d'échange universelle commune. Ils ont fait ensemble une monnaie d'échange. Puis, ils ont fait bien sûr l'euro. Fait que nous, on va faire la meilleure chose en Amérique du Nord, avec nos frères et sœurs du Mexique, du Canada, puis les Mexicains, puis l'Haïti. On va faire une conversion, puis on va faire l'unité d'échange universelle. J'y crois vraiment que c'est la seule solution quand je suis en train de marcher maintenant. Pour ceux qui travaillent dans les ports, pour les vœux des portuaires. Puis maintenant, c'est que je vais pour les dockers, quand ils sont dans les ports, c'est pour les dockers. Puis bien sûr, pour les travailleurs publics, les fermiers dans les fermes, 24 sur 24. Pour les fermiers de la belle province, je vous envoie l'amour, puis on va faire un peu d'entraînement physique ici. Je dois saluer ceux qui sont sur le train, j'imagine. Le conducteur de train, peut-être a besoin d'amour, puis les pompiers avec, et puis bien sûr les ambulanciers, les pompiers, les infirmières, les enseignants puis enseignantes, tous ceux qui travaillent dans la production alimentaire, dans l'agroalimentaire, dans le nettoyage, les docteurs, les infirmières, toujours en train de saluer, mais aujourd'hui spécialement pour les dockers, qu'on appelle les dockers. Les dockers dans les ports. Dans les ports de Partenariat, le P-O-R-T, le P-O-R-T, pas le P-O-R-C, là. Pas à manger, j'en mange, moi, du bacon, du porc, c'est ça, mais le porc, P-O-R-T, dans les ports qui déchargent, bien sûr, la marchandise, qui enlève, qui amène la marchandise par le port de Montréal, par le port de Vancouver, par les ports de l'Amérique du Nord. Il y en a combien? 44, je pense, majeurs, 44 majeurs, 44. Ce chiffre-là me vient en tête 44, mais peut-être qu'il y en a, mais... Anyways, en vous envoyant de l'amour, je vous encourage à faire de l'entraînement physique. C'est vraiment ma médecine et thérapie de choix, puis je me sens déjà bien, hein. Checker mes courriers, un peu pour faire du magasinage. J'ai acheté à 3$, 1$ chaque, des gaufres. J'adore les gaufres au chocolat. Puis je savais pour m'acheter, je me suis acheté des gaufres. C'était 1$ chaque, dans 175 grammes. 175 grammes chaque gaufre. Fait qu'ici, j'ai en profité pour venir faire un petit peu d'entraînement physique pour les dockers, spécialement pour ceux qui sont dans les ports. Je dois remercier bien sûr ceux qui ont fait l'aménagement ici de cette belle... pour pouvoir faire l'entraînement. Puis je vais travailler avec les gants. Regardez les gars, je vais juste faire un peu ici d'entraînement physique, m'étirer un peu, quelle heure qui est, on va pouvoir faire un peu parce qu'il va y avoir le coucher du soleil bientôt, puis il faut que je sois de chez nous jusqu'à 7h parce que j'ai un billet gratuit pour aller voir puis de la culture. Je pense que c'est un show de danse. Je vais aller avec la meilleure femme que je connais, ma soeur anonyme, puis si je fais 1 million, je donne la moitié, puis je dois saluer aussi ceux qui ont fait l'aménagement, les travaux publics. C'est des travailleurs publics! C'est les travailleurs publics qui ont fait l'aménagement de ce beau aréna de hockey, bien sûr. Puis, bien sûr, c'est là il y a l'allure, mais moi, j'aimerais ça les peinturer. Fait que je suis prêt à faire du bénévolat l'année prochaine pour les peinturer bleu, blanc, rouge, que ça soit de quelle couleur en arc-en-ciel. Votre dragon arc-en-ciel vous chante. Pour les dockers dans les ports aujourd'hui qui déchargent sur les grues puis sa face, qui déchargent les... dans les ports, qui décharge, qui fasse dans les ports. On y va. On va faire un peu d'entraînement physique et je vous encourage tous et toutes. Mais je vous dis toujours que votre conditionnement physique commence dès aujourd'hui. Et qu'on va aller faire un peu d'étirement. On va essayer de ne pas tomber. We're gonna try not to fall. Et voilà, on va y aller ici. That's some good workout right there, and thank you again to the Public Works who installed this. And do a little bit of stretching here. It's always a good exercise, and it always feels good. Just gotta be careful not to slip. Je dois m'assurer de pas, bien sûr, je dois m'assurer de pas tomber. I just gotta make sure that I don't slip, but because it's icy, but on these steel toes, and we gotta go rock and roll until sunset. See, this is a perfect workout, and we can do some squats with it. I got the backpack, we can twist left and right. On peut bien sûr de la gauche à droite, puis faire des étirements. We can also do some stretching, you know. Always important to stretch pour faire des étirements. And Super important stretch. Fais de l'entraînement, puis on va get that stretch. I think I'm gonna come here more often. Je pense que je vais venir plus souvent ici parce que ça va faire l'entraînement de l'haut du corps. Puis on peut balancer. We can balance the upper body with the lower body. And again, your fitness journey, brothers and sisters, starts today now. With of course a workout, an exercise, a squat, and we gotta get for the drill, and gotta get for the left, and gotta get for the right, and gotta turn those hips. There's those hips left and right, and gotta get a little bit of workout. Always training, and always exercising, and always feel good, and feel good to get some workout. Let's go do some squats, some hawks. On the toes we go. Launch the rocket all the way to the satellites. On lance la fusée jusqu'au satellite. Puis, bien sûr, pour faire de l'entraînement physique, ça commence dès aujourd'hui. And gotta get also X, Y, Z, Y, Z, Y, and twist those hips and get it for the left, get it for the right, and get it for the left, get it for the right, and going up and down, and always feels good, and I feel good. Here we get a little bit of this. Let's go. It's always fun. Let's go. Twist the hips, left and right, like this. And let's go. Give me some squats. We go up and down. For the dock workers, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. Des accouplissements. Pour les dockers, pour ceux qui travaillent dans les ports. Les infirmières, les camionneurs, les infirmières et tous ceux qui sont les pompiers dans les fermes, les bouchers dans les boucheries. Les soudeurs, those welders. Gotta keep it in motion, on garde, en mouvement. Let's go on the drill. Oh, there's my 3 crows. And they form a triangle. I love so many things. Rainbow, I love satellites. I love BDSM switch. I love the nurses, firefighters, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, North Americans, Canadians, Quebecers, and world peace and strength, fitness. Joy, massages, kisses, tickles, I love. Healing. I love giving, receiving love. I love giving, receiving love. That rainbow dragon love. L'amour, les corbeaux. Je dis, j'aime tellement d'affaires. J'aime les fermiers, les pompiers, l'agriculture, les infirmières, les enseignantes, le Québec, le Canada, l'Amérique du Nord, la paix mondiale, l'entraînement physique, le chocolat, l'amour en dragon arc-en-ciel, le sadomasochisme, j'aime la santé, la guérison, guérir, j'aime amener puis donner de la joie puis du plaisir, j'aime, I love. L-O-V-E, amour, on conjugue ensemble le bêcher, we go. If it's not about love, I don't want nothing to do with it. Si c'est pas l'amour, vous me parlez de rien. Parlez-moi de l'entraînement physique, partenariat public-privé, du rock and roll, des fermiers, des pompes, des ascenseurs, des ponts, la construction des centrales d'Hydro-Québec. Speak to me about building more hydro dance, more love, more fitness, more doing push-ups, more marching steps, more gratitude, more building. Then done about nothing. Done about nothing. I can't hear it, j'entends pas. I don't hear it, j'entends pas. I don't hear it, j'entends pas. Yeah, gotta get that drill. Get ready, we're gonna do more squats. SQATS, up and down we go, des accroupissements. On monte et on descend. We go up and we go down. On monte et on descend. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's an overtime every time. En temps supplémentaire. En chaque fois tous les fonds. En temps supplémentaire. Every time, overtime. Let's go, kick those knees up to the waist. On lance les hanches jusqu'aux hanches. I see somebody wearing that red going east and coming west. Let's go. Let's go. Hawk. Hawk. We go all the way to the satellites. Jusqu'au satellite, on s'élance. Enter our rockets east, west, north, south. On lance, launch. Those rockets we go. Up and down. On. Twist those hips. Left and right, just like this. On. Tourne les hanches de la gauche puis de la droite. Puis keep it in motion, keep it in motion. And let's utilize that side also. On va utiliser ce côté-là aussi. Just gotta be careful not to slide. Back and ready, we go again. SQATS squats, des accroupissements, on descend puis on monte. We build the lower body, the upper body, le haut du corps, le bas du corps, puis on monte puis on descend. And we twist those hips up and down. Up and down, we twist those hips. On descend et on monte. We up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. On descend et on monte. En haut et en bas. We go up and we go down. We go up and we go down. We go up, we go down. On descend et on monte. We go up and we go down. We go up and down. And let's go. Twist those hips left and right. On tourne les hanches de la gauche et de la droite. Let's go. On tourne les hanches like this. Twist those hips. Keep it in motion. On garde en mouvement. We're gonna go again here. Gonna go again on we got some minutes, I guess, until, you know, what time it is. It's 2 minutes to 5. 2 minutes jusqu'à 5 heures, man. Thank you to the Public Works again who installed this. It's for all of us, mine, yours, ours. And I'm wearing gloves, so I don't really need to disinfect.
my hands after, and it's cold. I guess germs in cold like this. It's like -3. Je dois remercier bien sûr ceux qui l'ont construit, qui l'ont bâti ici pour moi, pour vous, pour nous autres, c'est public. Puis je dois dire que je dois pas me désinfecter parce que j'ai les gants, j'ai utilisé mes gants, je les ai pas enlevés. Puis en moins comme ça, je pense que les germes, le microbe, puis les bactéries quand même. Il y en a qui subsistent, mais il y en a qui sont pas si résistantes à ce froid-ci. Comme ça, il fait -3, je pense. Il faisait -7 ailleurs. Aujourd'hui, il faisait froid aujourd'hui depuis le matin, mais là, je pense qu'on est correct. If I would have not used gloves, I would have disinfected my hands and maybe a little bit of the area. It would be a good idea to have a little place, like a little box with disinfectant, so people, after you work out, you disinfect. It was something, une idea, c'est une idée d'avoir une petite boîte ici. Je pense juste là dans le coin, sur le pôle ici, peut-être une petite boîte avec du désinfectant, puis faire un petit rappel après utiliser, mais de nettoyer l'air que vous avez utilisé. Ça serait une bonne idée pour, parce que c'est en commun, il faut prendre ça en commun. When it's public, we gotta take care of the public. Let's go more Hawks. H-A-W-K. Des accoupissements, on s'élance. Sur les orteils, allonge, turn your hockey at east, west, north, south. On tourne la tête. De la gauche puis de la droite, puis on s'élance. We launch. Let's go. Launch all the way to the satellite Starlink constellations. Launch that on those toes. There's a ballerina ballet coming. Ballerina ballet, on y va. Hey, that was rock and roll, right? Let's go again. Squats. SQATS. Des accroupissements, on descend. Puis on monte. Bring it low, LOW squats. Hey, SQATS. Squats. Oh, yes. It's a nice workout. Auctioning this hat for $1 million, je vends ça pour $1 million.
Ready, more squats, SQATS. Hey, train that booty in that peach, wanna kiss. Dragon's rainbow booty for world peace, I said, who wanna kiss? Dragon's rainbow booty for world peace, who wanna kiss? Dragon's rainbow booty for world peace. Qui veut donner des bisous sur les fesses de dragon arc-en-ciel pour la paix mondiale? Qui veut donner des bisous sur les fesses de dragon arc-en-ciel pour la paix mondiale? Qui veut donner des bisous sur les fesses de dragon arc-en-ciel pour la paix mondiale? Let's go. Gonna go up and down. On va descendre puis on monte. En haut puis en bas. Hey, workout, train, exercise. On s'entraîne. On y va, on descend. On monte, on descend. We go up and we go down. Vigor, 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 vigor. Vigor, vigor, vigor. 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 It's nice and fun workout here, and gotta twist those hips a little bit. Rock and roll for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors. It's rock and roll pour les fermiers, les bouchers, les alimentaires. Let's go on twist those hips. Oh, then de la gauche à droite, and we slide and we go. Let's go get ready. HAWK. Hawk. Turn your hawk heads east west. North south. On the toes we go. Fly. FLY. Turn the hawk head east west north south. We launch all the way to the satellite. On launch. 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 Hey, on this side. We go. Let's go. Launch. 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 Hey, workout overtime every time l'entraînement. En temps supplémentaire à toutes les fois. Yeah. See here, you need just a little bit, and you do squats and you balance the upper and the body. Vous faites des accroupissements, puis faites l'ordre du corps. Do some pull-ups, 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 and already got a good workout. Upper, lower body, just got to balance. Stay on the feet over time, every time, and friendly reminder that your fitness journey begins today now. Que votre conditionnement physique commence dès aujourd'hui, dès maintenant. Il faut faire l'entraînement physique, puis bien sûr, sortir un peu dehors, ça fait toujours du bien. And fresh air, nature's our friend. Sometimes we gotta cooperate, submit to her laws, I guess, sometimes. And il faut qu'on dise à la nature que c'est la mère nature, la déesse est notre amie, mais il faut bien sûr qu'on fait sublime, puis soumis à ses lois des fois. Hein? pour notre bien commun, pour la nature. Des fois, tiens, on fait une entente, un compromis, puis on balance en harmonie. Ma nature, ta nature, notre nature, société, collectif, individu. The individual and the collective, this is public. Ça, c'est public. You can come enjoy, and it's a great initiative. You can come work out here, and you know, it's always fun, and I always love to work out. And this little place, you got all you need for the whole body to work out. On a tout ce qu'on a besoin ici pour faire un entraînement complet. Go on here and go. See? Go on. And you go up and down. Oh yeah. You feel good, and you go on to the other side. Oh yeah. Build up strength. Build up fitness. Fitness journey commences now, today. You know, do some more squats in between. Plus d'accroupissement dedans, puis keep it in motion. Let's go, more squats. SQATS. Bring that little W plus d'accroupissement. On descend de haut en bas, puis on monte, on descend. Gotta get that book of the law, book of the law, book of the law. Holy poetry of my father Crowley, la poésie de mon frère Crowley, puis here it is. SQ8, yes, down low we go, yes. Des accroupissements, on descend en bas, oui. On descend en bas pour l'entraînement des fesses et des jambes. Drain that booty and that peach. Let's go, LOV, you know it's overtime every time. Fitness captain. Entraînement physique. Et we work out, we work out, we work out, man. It's my medicine and therapy of choice, and can be for you. Have been them, and will call for the mass financing thereof of citizens to work out, train, exercise, and that's about it. You know, we gotta like a little bit of a half an hour. Got some knee, got some doing, and that's going. Like, what, 31 minutes? A little bit more than half an hour. So now we're gonna proceed with the march and the neighborhood. And although I think if the light would have been on, there we could have stayed. But the light didn't come on. But should we do some more? Should we do some more? That's okay for now. Half an hour, you know. Do some push-ups. Actually, I feel like doing some push-ups. So I haven't done push-ups yet, but let me do some push-ups here with the backpack. It's on the ground. It's solid, but do some push-ups here, maybe. No, it's not that solid. Maybe do some push-ups on the way later. Turn my head left and right before I cross the street, and maybe I know there's a parking lot there. Maybe we can do some push-ups there. Il y a un parking, puis on va faire des pompes là. Puis, parce que c'est seulement les pompes que j'en ai pas fait du tout, mais je me suis entraîné quand même lors du corps. I trained the upper body. Hey, how about those dock workers? Dock workers, coast to coast, Global Dragon Union. Global Dragon Union, Global Dragon Union. Du côte à côte, de côte à côte, de côte à côte, pour l'Union du Dragon. Puis, bien sûr, la Global Dragon Union. Gotta get coast to coast for those dock workers qui sont dans les quais portuaires, les dockers, qu'on appelle les dockers en français. Mais plus de France, c'est les dockers, mais ils travaillent dans les ports, bien sûr, qui chargent les bateaux, qui déchargent les bateaux, puis font tout le travail dans un port, du quai, QUAI, du quai portuaire. Puis je chante un peu de rock and roll pour les autres qui utilisent des machines puis des grues pour bien sûr faire le déchargement puis le chargement, puis le port de Montréal, le port de Vancouver, les ports de l'Amérique du Nord, North American dock workers, man. Canada, US, Mexico, you got ports, Haiti, and Haiti, and Jamaica, and across North America, you know. All the collective North American civilizational complex, as I refer to it most often, comme moi je fais référence le plus souvent, mais que nous autres, les Québécoises, du Québec, Canadien, Français, puis on fait bien sûr partie de ce que j'appelle Collectif de Civilisation nord-américain, ou soit le complexe civilisationnel de l'Amérique du Nord, ou le complexe de civilisation nord-américain. Ces trois manières-là que je voulais pas le dire, c'est la même chose, mais je voulais l'exprimer de cette manière-là. Le complexe, ça veut dire formé de plusieurs parties divergentes, mais intégrées, puis qui sont en parallèle, ou bien sûr qui sont parallel, but who are of course integrated, and of course who are in a way which is of course precedent to whatever form of complexity in a complex, right? So when you got a complex is parts that are correlated and united, integrated in many ways. You know? Complex, but that not necessarily in a unitary manner. Un complexe, c'est pas nécessairement d'une manière unitaire, d'une manière, mais ils ont quand même des dominateurs communs, mais c'est pas nécessairement qu'ils sont vraiment semblables, mais peut être différents, mais c'est ça qui constitue ce complexe. Like, pas un complexe de psychologie, not a complex in a psychological sense, of course, but C-O-M-P-L-E-X. C-O-M-P-L-E-X, puis un E en français, ça prend un. En anglais, c'est pas de à la fin, mais c'est
Ça s'écrit quasiment pareil. It just writes the same almost in French and English. It's a word that's very similar, but French takes an E at the end, right? Complexe. Complexe. Ça veut dire dans le temps puis espace, tu sais, l'Amérique du Nord, constitue un complexe. Puis ce complexe de civilisation, il est émergent depuis la fin de la Deuxième Guerre mondiale. Ça, qu'est-ce que vous devrez retenir de ma philosophie, ça? What you need to retain from my philosophy is that the North American civilizational complex is, of course, founded, constituted for different interrelated parts, but it started to be merged about the end of the Second World War, right? About the Second World War. Here, I guess I'm gonna be able to make some push-ups right here.
Still gotta turn my head left and right before I cross. Can do more squats here. Or some hawks. Get ready to launch. Let's go down. SQATS. Des accroupissements. Rock and roll 24/7. Workout over time, every time. De l'entraînement supplémentaire. Chaque fois, twist those hips. Now we're gonna go launch. Let's go. Launch. On those toes we go up. Sur les jambes, on s'élance. Let's go. Ready, more hawks. HAWK. 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 Sur les orteils, on s'élance. Let's go all the way to the space. And we twist. We go down again. On descend, on monte. Des accroupissements. We start our fitness journey today, you know. It's been 6 years, me, 6 years, 6 years. C'est toujours que mon conditionnement physique commence dès aujourd'hui, même si ça fait 6 ans, ça fait 6 ans. Le chiffre après 5 avant 7. Puis, you know, we go. Just want to get a little bit of hydration there. You know, cross to get hydrated. Guess we're gonna go underneath. That was the perfect time to cross. Turn my head left and right, because they got a stop there and they got a light there, so. Although, turn your heads left and right, even if there's a light and a stop. And even if it's red, because you never know. Might start maybe speeding, you know. Citizen might start speeding. Happens. Let's see if I can get it.
There was one I'm looking for. I was looking for the water. I thought it was there, but then I saw it, they took it off, and now it's here. Chercher l'eau là, pour voir, puis je vais me laver les mains après. Just drink a little bit of water. This is nice. This is newly built, been a few months now, but fait un couple de mois, mais j'aimerais juste plus de couleurs sur les murs ici. I would just love a little bit of color. Some blue, white, red, or rainbow, rainbow, rainbow with some nice art. Please, please, please. Let's finance those who can do a little bit of nice art. Qu'on finance ceux qui peuvent faire beaucoup de l'art, bien sûr. Those who can do, that's K2, K2, K3. Oh, there. I would love to see a little bit of color here. It's kind of gray. Gray. Oh, that's where it goes. So K1. Or the Candiac. That's where it goes, man. So. Anyways, the only thing I would love to see is more color there, but you know, we can finance some youth, you're really talented at graffiti, you know. That's my idea. Mon idée, c'est financer les jeunes qui sont vraiment bons, ben, les graffitis, tu sais. Puis il y en a qui sont vraiment, vraiment bons, comme ça, ils vont pouvoir utiliser leur talent, puis peut-être plusieurs ensemble, maybe some of them together could actually do it. So, yeah, we're gonna do some more push-ups. I know a spot. What time is it now? Guess I could go around about and do some push-ups. Start heading back, I guess, on the slow, you know. Cause I gotta go shower and get ready for the event. I have an event tonight at 8, so it's in the neighborhood. I got tickets. I'm gonna go with my anonymous sister friend, puis je vais aller avec ma soeur anonyme, mais c'est des événements que je dois y aller, puis ça va faire une belle sortie ce jeudi, puis I can eat my wafers. So rock and roll, man, always fun, you know. Here's a nice place, so we can go here. So I can put the computer here. And There's some squats with des accroupissements là-dedans. Trunk. Tree trunks. My, the trees here, man. Can't get it by the trees. Wow. There's some art there, and gonna pass by my neighborhood, and now we're back in my neighborhood. So I used to do laundry right there. I used to do laundry right there. I used to do laundry right there. C'est là que je faisais le lavage, le lavage de mon linge. Je le faisais là, puis c'était un bon, and it was always good. And gotta turn my head left and right. Here's a tricky corner. See, somebody can come through there. It's a very more dangerous, I would say, more dangerous. Il y a plus de danger dans ce coin-ci, mais il faut faire attention. Mais c'est là, je suis de retour dans mon quartier à Notre-Dame-de-Grâce. Now I'm back in my neighborhood of NDG. And here we're gonna my neighborhood here, and it's always fun to. Now I'm grateful, thankful. Gotta thank my anonymous sister friend, greatest woman I know. If I make a million, gonna give her half a billion, gonna give her half. I used to do laundry right there. Used to do laundry right there. As a matter of fact, it says open. Let's go. See, laundry. I'm gonna go through there. So I used to do laundry right there. And je faisais le lavage juste là, dans la buanderie, dans le couple d'années, mais grâce à ma soeur anonyme, si je fais un million, je donne la moitié, 50%. 50-50, and if a billion, I'm gonna give her half. A million, two, I'm gonna give her half. But he's of course right there, and my anonymous sister friend. And this, I would love to build a complex for youth here, but it's been a few years it's like this. Ça fait déjà un couple d'années que c'est comme ça ici, mais it's already a few years, you know, that's been like that. But I see laundry right there, buanderies. So I do. Let's cross, take a look. It hasn't changed much. But, and last time I came was like 2020 when I had COVID. I didn't have look. J'ai fait c'est quand j'ai eu la COVID, when I had that COVID, you know, and yeah. This is where I used to do laundry a few years ago. C'est là que je faisais mon lavage dans un couple d'années ici. So yeah, man, grateful, thankful that I got now. See, for the youth, they got a gym here. See, hey, that's good. They got some gym, they got some boxing, they got some sort of a rainbow dragon there, I guess. Un dragon arc-en-ciel. Puis ils font pour l'entraînement physique. Ils ont fait de quoi quand même. C'est salutation. They got some funding, I guess, and they got some drills and got some finance. So it's always good to see some financing in the neighborhood, and it's always good, of course, to see this embellishment here. Hey, this is new. Ça c'est nouveau. Ça c'est nouveau. This is all new. So it's always good to see some. As a matter of fact, we can do it. Can do a little bit of workout here. Do some push-ups. Oh yeah. Some push-ups right here. So this is all new. So I guess they got some financing. So salute. Peut-être qu'il y a plus de financement ici dans le quartier. And
So I used to do, for years and years and years, I did laundry right there. Puis, ça fait des années que je faisais la buanderie là-bas. Puis, c'est le quartier où je venais souvent pour la buanderie, for the bakery right here, the bakery. So it's part of my neighborhood, and part of my neighborhood. And of course, that's there, right there. Got another shop, and you know. Let's go, give it on the hawks. On the toes we go, fly high all the way to the satellites. Jusqu'au satellite. On y va, on se lance. Sur les orteils, sur les éperviers, launch. Let's go, HAWK. Now we drop down, do some more squats. Des accroupissements. On descend en bas, we drop it down. Drop it LOVE with some love. So thank you again to my anonymous sister friend. And it was about 3.5 years ago, got that, if not 3 years ago, get that machine, 2021 I believe. So I'm grateful for it, the laundry machine, and then we got the dryer. So on a la laveuse, puis la sécheuse après ça. Fait, maintenant j'ai les deux, fait que j'ai accès aux deux. Fait que je gaspille plus juste l'Hydro-Québec. I just spent that electricity Hydro-Québec, but I'm grateful for it. So it's rock and roll, man. So gotta be grateful for that, you know. Je dois avoir la gratitude pour ça. And, you know, machines, and les machines, mais ça sert à quelque chose, la science, science, and the body, you know, you get fitness, and your fitness journey, I mean, begins today, you know. Votre conditionnement physique commence dès aujourd'hui, puis c'est ça qu'on fait, puis on fait de l'entraînement physique quotidien, puis gotta get that drill. This is the bakery. Bakery. Gotta give a shout out because last time I only had $4 and it was $5 what I wanted, so they gave me a reduction. Yes, I say it in the video because I did a video after. Puis je dois dire encore une salutation, tu sais, la boulangerie ici, parce que la dernière fois il me manquait $1, puis ils m'ont donné les pâtisseries pour faire une réduction de 20%. Fait que ça donnait un bon 20%. C'est ça qui me manquait, $1. C'était $5, $4,99 et j'avais $4. Fait que ici, la boulangerie, ben, on a décidé de me donner un beau petit rabais. Fait que je dois saluer ça. I got a shout out there. And, you know, like, this is a nice talent, you see. That's talent. So maybe there in the gray area, you can commission some of those youth who are able to do graffiti like this. Puis la jeunesse qui sont capables de faire des graffitis comme ça, mais dans ce sol là-bas, que ce soit embelli, you know, get that embellishment, you know, pour l'embellissement, like this one. This one's nice. See, this one here, this one's really nice. This one's got talent. It says Québec there, see? Je me souviens, it says Québec. Vous voyez, ça dit je me souviens, so that's a nice, super nice right there. So just gonna take a little bit of pictures with in order to put it on my Facebook, you know, because I do art and all over Montreal, repping my city 24/7, Island Metropolis City 24/7, bien sûr que je rep ma ville, mon île, puis 24/24. I'm just gonna sing some French rock and roll as a matter of fact right now, puis les murailles de ma ville de Montréal. Québec, je me souviens, regarde, des années des 20 jusqu'à maintenant revient, viens pour les satellites, l'hydre, Québec, que ça fasse du vin, des chansons puis du jambon, avec votre dragon. Un arc-en-ciel, s'il vous plaît, les murailles de ma ville, que ça soit bien rouille, ah ouais, le rouge, faut que ça bouge, les mains dans les airs, jusqu'aux îles de la Madeleine qui nous entendent de l'amour du Mont-Royal, que ça soit du quartier de Montréal, hey, pour l'Hydro-Québec, les infirmiers, les infirmières, les pompiers, pour la sécurité alimentaire. Regarde, faut pas que je prêche, juste des bisous et des câlins et des chatouilles que je vous donne, que je vous offre, rien sur la table que de l'amour. Hey, avec un sans tambour, que ce soit ici, ah ouais, pour s'asseoir pour la danse, pour la renaissance, faites, ah ouais, ensemble. Faut-tu que je le regarde? Faut-tu que je le dise, ah ouais, faut-tu que je sois béni? Faut-tu que ça soit assez, esti, pas d'hostie, juste un peu de jambon, un peu de vin et des câlins en plein. Ah, la galerie, ça s'entend avec les Anglais, les Canadiens, quand ils donnent la coupe dans les séries, ça fait ah ouais, ah ouais, ah ouais. Les murailles de chez nous, les murailles de ma ville. De Montréal, la métropole, je me souviens, regarde, hey, 11 des années 20, ça passe une chanson de rock'n'roll avec en avant, bien en arrière. D'époque, ça fasse des klaxons, votre dragon arc-en-ciel avec des bisous et des chatouilles, amour. La danse, s'il vous plaît, pour la Renaissance, d'ici excusez la Madeleine, et de mettre dans les ailes pour Québec, des centrales, de bâtisse avec des pompes. Ah ouais, à l'entraînement physique, bougez votre tête de la gauche à droite, que ça vise la Montréal, ça danse. Et dans ma ville, regarde, du ciment, puis du béton, puis du jambon que je veux, ah ouais, entends. Pour que ça soit, regarde, sur le char, ça klaxonne, que ça soit sans bombardement, messieurs Armand, j'ai dit, ah ouais, Clément. À la danse, Ginette, et lance les bébêtes dans les airs, pas de bibites, que ça fasse une autre chanson, puis regarde, pour l'amour, puis la renaissance, puis que ça danse ensemble pour la renaissance de la nouvelle province, en province. Ça danse dans la nouvelle province pour la belle, que ça est fait. D'ici pour la Renaissance, botte de cablasse puis rouge, avec votre dragon en arc-en-ciel qui dit bouge. Puis une autre, puis regarde, que ça danse, puis ça bouge. Puis le chélim, il faut que ça chante, il faut que ça regarde. Une autre sur la loupe, puis que ça fasse ensemble. Puis regarde, deux, trois pas en arrière, puis en avant au Québec, et je me souviens, regarde comme ça. Et que ça fasse une archange, dégage ensemble pour la Renaissance. Hey, que ça danse, je me souviens, puis regarde. Qu'avec je me souviens, je regarde. Avec des graffitis sur la muraille. Bien fait pour la relance, ça danse ensemble. Hey. Encore une fois, another time. Les murailles de ma ville, du Québec, regarde. Je me souviens. Des années jusqu'ici, oui, pas de mémoire, juste de réincarnation. Votre dragon quand j'ai des Louis Cyr, a poussé des chevaux sur une calèche, des réincarnations, regarde, je me souviens Québec, ça c'est les murailles de ma ville. De la métropole, je veux qu'ils nous entendent, jusqu'au de la Madeleine, en passant par Saint-Damien. Saint-Damien, Saint-André, regarde, chez nous, ça dit assez, pour que ça soit pour la Renaissance, puis regarde pour la province, que ça danse tous ensemble. Amour, ça table, amour, des calibres des bisouilles. Ah oui, sans rouille, on enlève pour les centrales de l'Hydro-Québec qui ont basé, construit. Ben oui, de par chez nous, de par ici, de par chez nous, de par ici, de par la gauche, de par la droite, dans le centre, je dis. Ah ouais, écarlate, puis rouge en arc-en-ciel. Ah ouais, Madeleine, dans la danse qui soit pas pour l'aine. Puis regarde pour la Renaissance, de chez nous, du Québec qui s'appelle la belle province, votre dragon en arc-en-ciel, belle muraille de ma ville, de chez nous, mais oui, pas de style. C'est pas de style, merci. Juste des câlins et des bisous, esti. Avec du vin, pas de bière, pas de l'eau bénite, j'en veux pas, rien savoir si c'est pas de l'amour. Une bière en place de l'eau bénite, j'ai dit, puis du vin, des câlins, des jambon. Ah oui, sentons les coudes dans les airs, les mains en foudre, la coup de foudre que ça danse, puis ça chante des murailles pour la renaissance de la belle province. Que je vous chante, je vous dise, s'il vous plaît, away à la danse, invitation de garde. Invitation spéciale, les murailles de chez nous, ça garde. Ça garde, pas de chien de garde. Ouh, des loups qui dansent ensemble. Ouh, des éperviers et des faucons. Des chenilles puis du béton, du fer de travailleurs en construction. Ça monte avec des grues jusqu'en haut, gratte-ciel. Gratte-ciel, pas à Saint-Jean, faites pas le bordel, ah ouais. Avec votre dragon arc-en-ciel. Yeah, that was some nice Quebec. Had to do a little bit of that French, you know, because that's a little bit of that French right there, so. Well, more cars, man, so. He said Quebec, je me souviens, so. That's what is written on the plates, you know.
That's what is written on those plates. So that's what they said on the plates, and that's written on the plates, you know. So now we're gonna go rock and roll. Well, we're gonna go for the rock and roll. And that always feel good. I always feel good when I sing a little bit of French, and it's always artist, and a little bit of comedy and humor, you know. 24/7, and we do it 24/7. You know, bilingual rock and roll. That's how we roll, and we gotta get that DRT, you know. And it's the great compromise here we made in French. What I call the great linguistic compromise, you know, and I do it out of love. And French are that bilingual, and we gotta go for that trilingual, and we gotta go for that X, and we gotta go for that Y, and we gotta go for that Y and X and Z, and we gotta make an effort, you know. And I always love to sing a little bit of French, a little bit of rock and roll, bilingual like Celine Dion, you know, sing. And I was born right here. I'm born in the USA twice in past lives, previous incarnations. You know, born in past lives, born twice in the USA. Served both times in the U.S. Army, yes. Going out to the drill, and going out to the left, and going out to the right, and getting for that X, getting for that right, getting for that left, getting for that right, getting for that UV, getting for that UC, getting for that U and me. And what did I say? Oh. Oh, that's a strong rum, but please, super important to recycle it, you know. Super important to recycle it. Although I gotta say I like the bottle. 43 is a strong drink, 43%, but let's see where it's made. I always like to see where things are made, and I kicked it. I said, what is that kicked? Je l'ai kické, puis j'ai dit, c'est quoi? Je me demandais, je l'avais pris, mais faut pas laisser ça là, parce que ça peut-être ça met ça dans les vidanges. Il y a des vidanges ici. Ça, le recyclage importé, imported. 43% alcohol. Wow, that's a lot. 43%, mais la bouteille est vraiment belle. Importée d'où, on va voir. Produit mis en bouteille par Pistole en... Wow, ça vient de... Ça vient, c'est intéressant. Vous savez, ça vient... Et où la poubelle? Ça vient de... Oh, la poubelle est l'autre bord. Ok, pas de problème, je vais la mettre là. Ça vient du Royaume-Uni. So it comes from the UK. Interesting enough. 43% though. I thought it was from the Caribbean because it said 43% alcohol. And... Wow, 43%. C'est beaucoup ça? 43%, 43%, that's a lot. Everything for me, more than 20, more than 13 actually is a lot for me. Like wine, I can go 13, 11, but I mean, I take a shot, I can drink some. I like brandy, I like cognac. Le cognac, j'aime ça, mais I don't drink a lot. Well, budget, budget, but anyways, this is from the UK, c'est du Royaume-Uni, and this is where it's supposed to be. See, this is a trash, although it's, you know, it's a trash, and I don't know if it could be like that, but glass. It's better to put it in the trash. C'est mieux de mettre ça dans les vidanges, s'il vous plaît, tu sais. And if it's like plastic cans, put it recycling, si c'est du plastique, ben, dans le recyclage, mais ça ne dérange pas, vous buvez, à votre santé, drink, but whatever, that's your business, you drink, it's your business, vous buvez, c'est votre... Ben, mais, laissez-les pas là, ça peut avoir des enfants, it could have been a child who breaks it and falls on it, because I almost stepped on it, but I saw it with the colors were bright, so I didn't know what it was, so I checked, moi aussi j'ai vérifié c'était quoi, fait que juste le mettre, tu sais, dans... It's better to put it in the... where it belongs. So now we're gonna just drill it back and on retourne. Let's go from here to my place like an hour, so exactly perfect because it's 5:56 p.m. I want it to be back exactly 7, so I'm probably gonna be exactly 7 in an hour, exactly about a few minutes more or less. 66 minutes, 66 minutes, 66 minutes, 66 minutes about. From here to my place, Discretion at this pace, because I kind of know, of course, I know the neighborhood of my pace, so perfect. Shower, get dressed, change, and go enjoy that move. I think it's a dance show, so let me see how much is that. Oh, it went down 4 cents. It was 164, 3 cents. 164 was it? Yeah, 164.9. So 3 cents. It went down the gas. Always checking the gas prices. Je regarde toujours le prix du gaz, puis ça m'intéresse, c'est intéressant, puis j'aime ça faire voir combien ça va. Mais en 2020, tu sais, c'était 93 cents. En février 2020, la moyenne. Of course, in 2020 in February, 2020 in February, in 2020 in February, in 2020 in 2020 in February, 2020 in February, it was in 2020 in February, it was average 93 cents average, February 2020. Average. En moyenne, en février 2020, c'était 93 cents. Fait que c'est quand même beaucoup, là, la différence. 4 ans plus tard, 4 years later. And salaries, most salaries have not kept up. Keep that in mind. Plus de salaires, ça peut dire plus de salaires. Les salaires, la moyenne des salaires n'ont pas été en parité avec le prix du gaz, l'inflation ou l'inflation. Most salaries, right? So that's why people have getting during COVID, the past 4 years of COVID, many people have been more and more in debt in financial crisis. Plus de gens, ils ont été endettés, tu sais, à cause, ben, s'imagine si tu conduis, it's still, right, it's like 70 cents average more per liter. So 70 cents more per 10 liters, that's $7. Hey, oh wow. So if you calculate that, you lose a lot, because that's a liter. Ça, c'est le coût d'un litre, ça, d'un litre. Fait que c'est quand même proche de 70% plus. It's like 70% more, right? 70% more, right? You gotta keep that in mind. So compared to 4 years ago, the average price of gas was 93 cents. 4 ans, voilà 4 ans, en 2020, en février, en même temps maintenant, le prix moyen à Montréal, c'était 93 cents. Puis maintenant, c'est à peu près 160. Fait qu'imaginez-vous, à un moment donné, c'était plus que $2 là, durant la COVID pendant un couple de mois. Once during COVID, it was more than $2. So keep that in mind as I take up this hill here. As I'm going here, I'm on Saint-Jacques. If you want to situate yourself, this video made it so far, one made it. Only the few, juste les peu, mais c'est sur la Saint-Jacques ici. Ça, c'est la Saint-Jacques, and that's where I'm heading on a little hill here. Une petite vallée ici. Here's on Saint-Jacques. That's, you got a few motels here, and there's a couple de motel ici, mais anyways, back to the meditation on the gas. As I go for dock workers. Quand je m'en vais maintenant pour les travailleurs des quais, du quai portuaire des ports. Bien sûr, les dockers dans les ports qui travaillent pour les déchargements, le chargement. Et si on fait un calcul, c'est plus que 70%, là. Puis le gaz, des fois, était plus cher, là. Des fois, il était $2 pendant un bout. Sometimes it was $2, so imagine how much money many lost, because the salaries have not kept up, neither with inflation, neither with the price of gas. Parce que la majorité des salaires n'est pas 70 de plus, c'est 8%, 5%. La majorité des salaires, le salaire minimum est augmenté un peu, mais en moyenne, là, ça n'a pas tenu avec le coût de la vie, l'inflation puis le prix du gaz. C'est pour ça que bien du monde sont en dette. Many people are in debt now. Many, more like before, never. That's why my DRT is the only solution. C'est pour ça, la seule solution, c'est la théorie de la refusion de la dette. And you see the downtown core area there of Montreal. Puis vous voyez de Montréal là-bas. You see it a little bit, you know, so you got to be mindful of that. Gotta be mindful when we calculate these things. Eh? Quand on calcule ces choses-là, mais coût de la vie, ouais, that's why there's so many strikes nowadays. In 2023 is a big labor. Hasn't been like that in more than 70 years, big labor movement across North America. I'm talking across l'Amérique du Nord. L'année passée, plus de grèves, les enseignants et autres. Plus de mouvements pour le syndicat, le syndicat du dragon, la solution. Le syndicat du dragon, la solution. Le syndicat du dragon, la solution. Global Dragon Union, the only solution. DRT. Global Dragon Union, the syndicat du dragon. A Global Dragon Union. Sometimes we just gotta do, you know. Il faut qu'on fasse. That DRT financial solution. You know, get that get that DRT, get that North American Collective Civilisation, get that 5G. Move it for public-private partnership, the Partenariat public-privé. You know? Go to the east and to the west and to the north. You know, heal. On se régénère. That bit, you know? That's how it is, you know? We gotta get that for the doing, for the doers. For the thinkers, for the farmers and the butchers and the bakers and the nurses. Pour les fermiers, les infirmières, les camionneurs, les chauffeurs d'autobus. You gotta think about them, you know, gotta get that work. Travail en tant que travailleur indépendant. You know? I got that aspect. I know when I see layoffs, I just know because I've been there, but je le sais parce que j'étais là, tu sais. J'étais là, frustré. Upset, angry, you know, moody, didn't give explanation, pas d'explication, pas de rien. Ça a fait comme ça. My rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, j'ai payé mon loyer, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité, j'ai du café puis du thé. I love it when I hear people laughing, joyous, charity, and people holding hands. Quand je vois des gens qui se tiennent par la main, j'entends que du monde donne en charité, puis qu'ils se fassent des actes de bonté, puis ça fait du bien. I'm grateful. I got my wafer treats, $1 wafer treats. J'ai mes gaufres d'$1 quand je retourne après à soir. La gratitude, you know. And this is my medicine and therapy of choice. And although I decided not to take it a little bit on the thank you public workers, see, with that big machine, that big truck, and you know they're picking up the compost now in that big truck. Gotta give a shout out to the public workers. Pick up those garbages. Qui ramassent les poubelles maintenant, ils ramassent le compostage, les travailleurs publics. Public workers, man. Les travaux publics. Gotta get that public works. Pour les travailleurs publics, you know. So gotta put it up because they're on those big machines. Load it up, takes that brains and that muscle, but get that compost. One service I got, recycling and garbage, you know, collection. Gotta salute ceux qui font le ramassage des vidanges, puis des poubelles, des travailleurs publics, puis qui ramassent les poubelles, le recyclage, puis bien sûr le compostage, you know, puis sur les gros camions, mais c'est des athlètes, those are athletes. When I see them rock and roll, always salute. Prince saluer, this island is all I know, man. Cette île de Montréal, ben, l'île de Montréal, pour la renaissance d'ici, faire la belle province. From Montreal to North Americans Unite. Faire la Montréal, puis on s'unit, you know. Island of Montreal, man. Island of the Hawk Island. H-A-W-K. L'île de l'épervier, you know. We gotta get that falcon eagle. L'aigle, le faucon, you know. Liberty gotta be secured. La liberté, mais il faut que ça soit l'assurance de la liberté, avec la sécurité aussi. Liberty gotta be secured.
Et la liberté, il faut que ça soit assuré. Gotta get a little public hygiene, public sanitation with it. L'hygiène publique, la sanitation avec, you know. So I advocate. So I march, what I march, and I feel good, you know. Pledge your allegiance, Thou art family, I said pledge. Your allegiance, thou art family, pledge. Your allegiance, thou art family, je dis prêter allégeance. Légion, vous êtes famille, prêtez allégeance. Légion, vous êtes famille, prêtez allégeance. Légion, vous êtes famille. And that's about it, rock and roll. And I love me a little bit of motorcycles. Been me custom Dragon truck, hybrid or electric hybrid. Dragon Army trucks, public-private partnership. DRT, CIT, citizen integration theory, democratic fusion theory, and philosophy with a little bit of rock and roll, avec la philosophie, avec du rock and roll, that's all I know, you know. You get a little bit of drills, and get a little bit of those motorcycles, les motocyclettes. I love bikers. Bikers come with Dragon, Rainbow Dragon. Les bikers, je vous aime. Venez pour le dragon arc-en-ciel. I love bikers. I love bikes. I don't know if I ever drove on one, but I would love to. Je sais pas si j'ai jamais conduit un bicyclette, mais j'aimerais ça. But those are different ones. Those are sports, and get that Harley Davidson right there. Get that Harley Davidson support Dragon Army. Harley Davidson sur l'armée du dragon. See, I go from Civilisation up from right here, my neighborhood, Metropolis Island, to got that Mont Royal there. Puis on a le Mont Royal, puis je m'en vais de la civilisation ici, puis il faut ça danse ensemble. You gotta get that harmony, you know. Nature and civilization. You know what I'm saying? Nature and civilization. La nature et la civilisation, mais faut que ça soit en balance, en compromis comme maintenant. Mais ma liberté de faire ce travail de marche d'entraînement physique de rock and roll avec de mes autres citoyens, my liberty and my work to do this rock and roll fitness and this art, rock and roll fitness dedicated to the dock workers, with my liberty secure with somebody else's liberty, you know. But of course now there's nobody really on the main street, but on the pedestrian, but somebody built a pedestrian street, you know. The highways got a lot of work, public works, man. You gotta get that public-private partnership, that DRT, debt refusion to mass finance. Public works, pour le financement en masse. Des travaux publics. You know? Gotta get that sweet. Gotta get that sour. Gotta get those push-ups. Les pompes. Je vous prescris une marche, le docteur du peuple, the people's doctor. I prescribe you a little bit of march, a little bit of walking. I live an austere, simple, severe 21st century rainbow dragon Spartan lifestyle. Je vis un mode de vie austère, sévère, spartiate du 21e siècle. Gotta keep it in motion. En mouvement, you know, fit, strong. Getting back to health and civilization and nature build a lot of infrastructure, l'infrastructure. We need that Phoenix People's Party. We need that Phoenix People's Party. On a besoin du Phoenix. We gotta get, see, these bridges, man. Somebody build the bridges. Gotta build some more bridges. Got a bridge renewal across North America, highway renewals, mass infrastructure projects. An infrastructure massive, mass financing, le financement en masse, you know, all these, tout ça, you know. Put some color in it, de la couleur. Thank you to those who build this, and thank you to those who build it today, who build bridges and highways and infrastructure in North America, public infrastructure of North America, yesterday, today, and who will do it tomorrow. Merci pour ceux qui ont fait l'infrastructure comme ceci, des ponts, des trottoirs, puis bien sûr des autoroutes d'hier, puis d'aujourd'hui, puis de demain. Takes tech, takes brain and muscle. Dragon Army, l'armée du dragon. Another overtime, every time steel toes, man. Auctioning these steel toes for $1 trillion.